David Henry just came in here for his afternoon shot. Asked why the leaf blower was in here.
Okay.
And then I think he went into Gavin's office to rat me out.
Oh, really?
Gavin.
Yeah.
What did David Henry want?
Giving me crap.
About?
Oh, because someone's painting Ben and Skin's office. So he thinks it's illegal.
He didn't say anything about the leaf blower I had in here.
No.
Okay. He seemed overly concerned.
Yeah, very much so. Well, I smell gas. You're good.
Yeah. Most of them run on that.
That thing's right in front of you.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Well, our straight tester again, buddy? Well, you're in here.
You get nothing past Columbo.
What? Man, you like blood, huh? What do? You go around the building, sniff people's offices, tell them what kind of fluid's in there?
Why would painting an office be illegal?
I don't know. Gavin, why is that illegal?
Oh, he thinks there are going to be mentions on air about it. And we didn't go through the proper paperwork.
To get it painted?
Well, I mean, if you want to mention someone on the air, usually you get proper paperwork saying, you know, as a thank you, we'll mention you or whatever.
So a listener's painting it?
I think a friend of theirs is painting it.
Yeah. Well, just give me the list of whoever it is. Since they're not painting it for me, I can mention it.
Hey, you're actually right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you do stuff all the time, so it's not...
Are you talking about the office for Ren and Stimpy?
Ben and Skin, yes.
What were those gifts you gave them earlier?
I gave them gift packs for their wife.
Why?
Because their wives have been very supportive. These are guys that made career changes, and they're very happy, and they've been spending a lot of time at the radio station, going on appointments, just doing a lot of things. And, you know, their wives don't see them as much as they usually do. So this was my way, my personal way of thanking their wives as I bring them into the family.
All right. What'd I get?
I'm more than happy to get you something. Would you like a Lady Primrose gift pack?
No.
I give you stuff all the time.
You give me nothing.
Oh, Jesus, I give you everything. What's wrong with... You know what?
When was the last time you gave me something?
Oh, man. I paid for a nice Robbie Knievel signed helmet. I got... What else did I front money for?
I don't know who Robbie Knievel is.
For your auction, for the foundation.
Is that Evil's coven?
No.
It's his son.
Oh.
For your birthday last year, I got you something. Last time we went out to dinner, I paid.
Are you talking about at Isabella's?
I'm talking about Isabella's.
We've never gone any place where you even touched your wallet.
Oh, my God. Will you quit it?
Is that Ben and Skin in your office?
It's Skin and Eric.
What happened to Ben?
He's down the hall, I think.
Oh. Are you making them meet after the show every day?
There's nothing wrong with meeting after the show, catching up.
Nobody cares for that. Nobody likes it. That's why you can't hang on to a midday show. Because you constantly...
I can hang on.
Chastise everybody.
I can hang on to a midday show, first and foremost. And second of all, just because I don't meet with you doesn't mean that other shows don't like meeting with me.
I would venture they don't.
They do.
They come in at 10 o'clock. They work for 5 hours. Why do they want to sit around and listen to you for another half hour?
Because.
Let them go. You're not paying them enough cash to sit there and tolerate you.
This is what you do. You separate me from my hosts.
I'm trying to be a team player. I wouldn't want to have to sit in there.
You're not being a team player. Being a team player would be saying, hey, you know what? For all the jokes aside, Gavin really knows what he's doing. So therefore, listen to him. He knows.
We don't deal in fantasy, Gavin.
See?
How long are they going to be in there? Because I got some things to discuss with you later.
They're leaving. They have some stuff to do anyway. It was just, I wanted to give them their gifts heading into the weekend.
Dan, you get a gift?
No.
John?
Nada.
Trey?
Aha.
Hello?
Yeah.
Nobody got gifts in here?
And when the time is right for you guys, you can have a gift.
All right. How much longer do I have to wait?
Your birthday's coming up. I'll get you a gift. Last time I gave you guys Isabella gift certificates, you didn't even accept them. You thought they were a joke.
You got them for free.
I did not. I paid for those.
Don't scream at me. Stop showing off in front of your new midday show.
Oh, my God, because I paid for those. That was a nice gift, and you treated it like crap.
Nobody wanted them.
Well,
$25 not going to get me anything.
It was $50 gift certificates.
What do we do with those?
That's it. Oh, yeah, we threw them in the trash.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. $200 wasted.
And you didn't buy them. And you've got more than $200 of under-the-table plugs for Isabella's on this show anyway.
I have to pay for everything that goes into Isabella.
What is it you got to do for the FCC to crawl up your ass for Plugola?
I don't do any Plugola. How am I?
No, you have me do it.
I do not.
So they get gifts just for starting a job.
It's a nice gesture. My God, I should have done it. What? Or you know what? I did it in my office. That should be my private place. Unfortunately, it's not.
Do you know there's a camera in the corner?
Yeah.
Well, then it's not private. You have no expectation.
I forget sometimes.
You forget about your friends is what you do.
Oh, how do I forget about my friends?
I didn't get no ladybug basket.
It's Lady Primrose.
How'd you trade that out?
I did not trade it out. It's very high-end skin creams and baths.
Where'd you get it?
I bought it.
Where?
I bought it.
How much?
I'm not going to get into prices.
All right. What'd you pay?
God.
I kind of like having an audience in there.
Yeah. It's like a studio audience.
Yeah. What'd you pay?
I don't know. The value, I think it's like somewhere around $200.
The value.
$200 for each basket?
Yeah, some prices, some things were on sale. Yeah.
What'd you pay?
Yeah, it was about that.
You traded it out, didn't you?
I did not trade it out.
You can't even buy them gifts just to say thank you for coming over here?
I bought gifts. When I get the bill, I'll show you. You want me to bring in my credit card receipt?
Yes.
Oh, fine. I'll bring it in.
And still turn in a PO and get reimbursed by the company.
That's what he does with everything.
Oh, my God. No, I'm not even going to do this. We have a company freeze.
When did that happen?
It's been going on a long time.
You didn't have a problem turning in all the whiskey you bought to the company.
I did not buy whiskey. I bought you whiskey a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, and you turned that in as a PO.
I did not.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
You want me to get on the clown mask?
No.
The ultimate argument winner from now on.
Don't make me come in there with a mask.
Trey forwarded me emails. All right, Gavin, continue with your terrorizing session with your new midday show. Good luck hanging on to them. Trey forwarded me emails from listeners. It's astounding how many people have that clown phobia.
I got several of them myself that were serious.
It's not just a distaste for clowns. It's an absolute debilitating phobia.
Did you see the video? Did you send it to me, Dan? Of the chick in the corner when the clown walks in and she literally loses her mind?
No, I missed that one.
I think that was that one, I believe Stanford conducted.
Okay.
Because he had a doctor working with her, showing her different pictures. She'd wig out. She's holding some Huggy Bear.
Yeah.
And he takes her in a room full of people. I thought, no, it's a room full of people who are scared to piss at clowns. This is going to be a riot. And obviously, it was just a support group.
Yeah.
Nobody else was afraid.
Big happy clown comes in.
And he brings in Hoot the clown. And she's grasping her bear, and she's going in, not convulsions, but she ain't digging it.
No, back in the
knowing
corner.
that there's absolutely no danger.
I've never heard. I've really heard of it, but I never saw it to this extent to anybody till I saw Gavin crawl up in fetal position yesterday.
Gavin, I have a link to send to you.
Okay.
Somebody sent this to me. This is supposed to be some type of calming process to get past your clown phobia. Let me send it to you. No, I am. Hold on. You get it?
Yeah.
It's one on YouTube.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask you where it came from.
You have speakers in there?
No. Can you send it to me again? I'm sorry. It closed out.
You don't have speakers on your laptop?
I don't.
That Russ gave you?
No, I have my laptop. Yeah, I'm putting it up. I'm just asking if you could. There it is.
All right.
Thank you. All right.
Play that for us. Or see if it works for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Click on it. Here it comes.
Okay. What is it, Alfie?
There's someone in the lobby for JD.
All right, hang on a second. Is it playing, Gavin?
Turn up an old version of Adobe Flash Player. Get the latest Flash Player.
All right, just come in here and watch it. I'll load it.
Is this going to help him?
It appears to be.
Okay.
It says the... Well, give him your headphones.
Follow these easy steps to help remove your fear of clowns.
Oh, cool.
Step 1. Take a deep breath. Concentrate on slow, deep breathing to help slow your heart rate.
The background
Step
is a
2.
still picture of
Quiet your mind.
a waterfall.
Do not let thoughts of clowns enter your head. Do not imagine them in your mind's eye. Try to think of nothing. Step 3. Read the following phrase slowly and calmly. Clowns are not evil. Clowns are not meant to harm. Clowns are not a danger to me or anyone. Step 4. Listen to the soft music and sounds. The calming music you are hearing is meant to soothe you. Try to focus on the soft percussion of the wind chimes as they enter your mind and ease your fear.
Funny.
Yeah, it is.
I can't see it, but I'm going to guess a giant clown popped up.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like he levitated. I've never seen anybody jump. You see where the step is? That's where he landed. What's that?
Back by the door?
Yes. Backwards. Wow. Jumped.
Maybe you just watch the first 45 seconds of this. How are we doing, Chloe?
Cool.
Yes, Scott.
Yeah, I'm a police officer here in the Metroplex, and last Halloween I had a call at a residence, and I get there, and in the walkway there's a 4-foot-tall, evil-looking clown, and I'm not a small guy, and I'm armed too. Here I am mustering the courage to go up there and ring the dang doorbell. I'm horrified of clowns also.
I'm going to ask the obvious. You ever pulled anybody on the way to a costume party that's dressed up like...
Not like that yet. Probably have to let that one go.
Does your department know that you're afraid of the clowns?
No, it's a secret at this point. Not well known.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to get stuck behind a desk if they find that out.
October, you sit.
What
does yours stem from?
It was from the Poltergeist movie also, and growing up and just seeing the clowns around. Never was ever comfortable with them. Just always freaked me out.
Of all the horrific scenes you've probably seen as a police officer in real life, why would a movie carry that much weight
When I
with
was
you?
a kid, that's your impressionable age. You see those things, and those things just stick with you. As an adult, you grin and bear certain things.
You're not going to tell us what city?
Hell no.
Yeah, you're thinking of all the things he's seen in real life. At some point you go, okay, this is real, this is scary, this is graphic. And I can let the clowns go. But I guess not.
I don't even...
Alfie, go ahead, Trey. Go ahead and get whoever is in the lobby for John.
I don't even remember a clown in Poltergeist.
Oh, I do. It was when the kid's trying to go to sleep. This is why clowns creep me out. Not a phobia, but he's trying to go to sleep, and there's a little doll that sits at the foot of his bed, and then ends up underneath his bed, wraps his little gangly arms around his throat, and pulls him under the bed.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't develop some type of phobia over it. I don't get why that scene in that movie wasn't that long.
Like I said, I watched the movie. I don't even remember that part of it. I guess, again, if you're not afraid of clowns at all,
well, and I think
it affect you.
I think it also has to do with age because, like the cop,
Impressionable.
I was young when I first saw that. I think clowns are creepy. Now, I'm not Gavin and have a phobia, but...
No, it got creeped out just when Russ put the mask on. It's just weird, but it's not scary. Just odd.
Alfie, where are they?
Who is here for me?
He's out in the hallway right now.
Who is it?
Well, I meant bring them to me.
Do you know who it is?
No.
Well, why are you just letting people in here? You don't know who they are.
Sure, I'll be checked.
Is this some surprise?
I don't know.
You know everything. Okay.
It's police.
I see that. I haven't done anything.
Over this mic.
Why are they here for me? I haven't done anything.
I don't know. Maybe it's to get an award.
You haven't done anything, John?
I haven't done anything.
Do I look familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the other night you were a really nice guy.
You can get up on that mic.
Oh, sorry. The other night you were really nice.
Oh, you're okay. I know you.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay.
why is it you guys sent out three cars, 6 officers?
Well, part of it was out of boredom, and the other part was we've got a car parked out in the middle of nowhere where it's not supposed to be.
Not in the middle of nowhere, first of all. It's in an observation area.
Where you're not supposed to be.
I was 10 minutes after sunset. You're right.
Okay.
And I admitted that.
Well, hang on. Now, in JD's defense, he made comments off the air. Probably would explain all this.
Yes.
Would you like to hear it?
I'd love to hear it again.
They're doing their job. They're doing their job. Oh, Trey. Is it pretty Is it posted? Sunrise, sunset? It is. I mean, so is a city park, but, What do you want them to do? Make it make sense? You gotta be the Gestapo and goose step up to my car? Come on.
Don't. Now, look, and I'm kidding, obviously. I'm off the air. I'm kidding with Trey.
You weren't kidding.
I was totally kidding with you, yes.
That's not what I got out of it.
That's not what I got out of it.
You guys got to admit, 6 cops to take on one guy in a convertible just seemed a bit much on my part.
Why didn't you cop an attitude while you were there instead of doing it on the air?
Stupid. We've said 100 times. You don't argue on the side of the road about a ticket, and you don't argue when I was clearly wrong. I admitted I was wrong. I admitted to you repeatedly I was wrong, that I knew I was wrong.
Right, but then when I wasn't there for you to look at, you copped this big attitude.
I'm not going to cop an attitude with 6 cops standing around my car.
Donut eating.
That was just being silly. That's boy talks. Just being silly. It's off the air, too. It wasn't on the air. It was in the office, just being silly.
That's because it's damning because you were being serious.
I wasn't being serious. I was kidding with you.
On air, you could say it was a bit.
You kept chiding me, making it worse. So I'm shaking. Don't.
Well, you should be.
I didn't do anything really. Seriously, that park is not secure. It's Founders Plaza. It's
So
not.
you're saying
clearly
You could walk.
You're saying they can't even secure that area.
That area is not secure. If I was on a bicycle, I could ride straight in and not ever see that sign. The sign's at the bottom of the hill, and you could literally. There's no gates. There's no fences. No nothing. You walk up from the road.
They're just getting their jollies off. I mean, there's 6 cops and one guy. They're doing their job. Oh, where are you coming from? Doing their job. Are they? Did it take 6 of them to take me down? I don't mean to get ugly. Come on, man. It would take 6 cops to take me. Well, there was a breach in security somewhere. There wasn't a breach. If there had been a breach of security, they would have walked up and said, "Hey, we've had questions out here. What's the problem?" Seriously, you know that it's not a secure area. You know the DPS doesn't exactly have a great sense of humor to begin with. State troopers are, I don't know, they take things very serious. That's why, yes, certain, no certain, but when they left, it's kind of like...
Yeah, when they left, just like with that South Lake officer that pulled you over. You called him a runt when you got up here.
I never said the word
He
runt.
was Hispanic. You said his squad car was the chicken coop.
You've said that.
I did
I never
not.
said those words at all. That's a lie. It's an outright lie. All I said was the guy was a little short. I didn't see him when he was standing next to my truck because my truck is up and he was short. It's the only thing I said about him, period. And I said the goose step thing. I apologize. It was meant to be funny off the air. It wasn't blowing up. Didn't say anything. I handled myself very well that evening. I just thought,
calm down.
I can't. He's here.
Well, we'll find out if you need to be anxious. Are you here for a reason, Officer? Was it Martin?
Yeah. You kind of have something in Irving you haven't taken care of.
Have what in Irving?
Traffic ticket.
That's been handled. It's on adjudication.
Are you sure?
It damn well better be. It's been, and I took that personally to Everett's office. I didn't mail it. I took it over there.
Whose office?
Everett Newton.
Oh, that's bad.
He wouldn't do that to me.
Everett won't be the one going to jail today.
Everett, I'm not going to jail.
You resisting arrest?
No, I'm not going to jail. No, wait a minute. You're jacking with me.
I'm not.
Everett would not do that to me. I'll kill that little... Oh, that's a threat, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't finish that sentence.
Now, wait a minute. I don't have... that ticket should not have gone to warrant yet. There's no way that's gone to warrant.
He's coming over to you for a reason.
What is it? Russell, don't let this happen. You set this up. Don't Seriously, I didn't do. What am I?
Dan, take his headphones off. You're starting to resist arrest.
What am I being arrested for?
Huh? Warrant.
What am I? What am I being arrested for?
You've got a warrant.
Do you need this?
Ow. Ticket.
Ow!
You need this?
Can I borrow that?
Ow!
You take it.
Come on.
Russell.
Come on.
Russ.
What?
This. You have an outstanding warrant.
I know it sounds like a bit,
Russ. Stop.
but I don't think cops jack around with stuff like that, especially when you're out screwing around at the end of the airport.
I wasn't screwing
I've got
around.
donuts to go eat. We need to hurry.
Smart ass. Russ, stop this. Russell.
I got no control over the
Stop
police.
Full crap.
Take my word for it.
Stop it. Stop this. That hurts.
Close the door. Let me see if I can hear it through Gavin's office. Take the wireless mic out there. He knows it's a hose job, but when you have somebody come in a cop uniform, you can't really
Call him on it.
Yeah.
Now I know you're jacking me.
Oh, we're done. I'm not talking to you no more. We talked the other night. You were nice then. Turn around, get on the radio, start calling me names.
That's against the law?
No, that's not against the law, but not taking care of your traffic tickets is.
Can you prove that? Can you have the paperwork? Because if you get arrested, I believe.
It's all sitting down at the jail.
I believe.
Irving's been nice enough to fax it all over to.
I believe you right to the paperwork.
You do when we get to the jail. No, I'll show you anything. Let's go.
Ow! I'm not going to go.
Go.
I need to talk to my boss
Come
before
on.
we do
Yeah.
this.
I think you can.
Gavin! Gavin!
Come on.
Gavin!
And he really brought a squad car up front.
Oh, that's when it's going to hit him that he thinks it's real.
I don't know if this is only funny to me, but we should have Marty drive JD all the way out to Buckner Children's Home and leave him on the corner.
This is where the bad kids go.
I see on the camera, he took him all the way outside.
See, now the problem is it's starting to sink into JD's head that, oh, wait, maybe this is real. Because now it's that seed of doubt.
Yeah, that's exactly what you call it, seat. Do we need a break? Yes. All right. Maybe he'll call us from the airport. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
How was it?
What is your freaking problem? How was
I'm not the one using the airwaves to get vengeance.
I'm not getting vengeance. I was telling a story.
Obviously, it didn't come off that way on the air.
I was just telling what happened to me and my opinion of it. You got to have this guy come up here.
Well, you knew it was a hose when he walked in.
No, I didn't. How do I know it's a hose? I didn't think I had an outstanding warrant, but you never know. I do have a ticket outstanding in Irving.
I told you not to use Everett.
It's never let me down before. He puts me in the back of the car. We drive out the back gate. I don't know where the hell we're going. And
Initially, I told him to take you to the Buckner Children's Home, drop you off in the corner.
That would have been quite funny. We pull down. We go around the buck. He turns right instead of left, which would go into the bridge. I go, you taking me back? He goes, bye, you idiot. I was literally, my hands looked like trays when he went to take the handcuffs off, so I was shaking.
You knew it was a screw job. What are you wound up about?
Because there's Nothing quite like the handcuff trick. That's very funny. You got me. Even when you know or think you know it's a hose, it's like the time they put us in the Seagoville jail for the TV show. Then they closed that door. That was creepy. I just didn't like it.
Have we gleaned a lesson from this?
I haven't gleaned anything. I just told you
well,
what happened.
am I going to have him come back?
No, there's no lesson to be learned. I didn't do anything. I was in a park 10 minutes after I should have been. I'll never go there again.
Then you came back here, and that's when you get cocky.
I didn't get cocky. I just told a story. I just thought 6 cops was a bit much. He even said maybe.
Well, you told Trey they were goof steppers.
I was just being silly off the air. That wasn't getting.
Why was it not meant for the air?
Because it was silly. Like we say a lot of things off the air we don't say on the air.
Silly is okay for on the air.
It was out of line.
Go ahead, Dan.
Okay, traffic right now brought to us by Joseph A. Bank and also by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Bureau. Right now in Dallas, 635 eastbound at Marsh Lane, the 2 right lanes are closed due to a crash as you backed up to 35. And 2 problems in Fort Worth, 820 northbound at Chapin Road. There's an accident blocking the left lane. Right now, no big delay, but that could get worse. And also in Fort Worth, 35 southbound at Alta Mesa, there's an accident also blocking the left lane there. And that has traffic backed up to Seminary. There's your first check of traffic. I'm Dan O'Malley on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you there, Dan. Beautiful weekend, actually. Going to be 70 for the low tonight. Mid-90s Saturday and Sunday. We have 87 currently. Live 105.3.
So he just took you around the block?
Yeah. But handcuffs behind your back, being escorted out of the building, put in the back of a car. It's not fun. It makes me nervous, even though the back of my head, it's that 50-50. Is this real? Are they going to take me down to...
Oh, he came in being too cute for it to be real.
I didn't know.
You were taking a big chance when he came over with the cuffs and you backed away. No! Well, I don't think you can do that. We got audio of chicks saying no.
I didn't see a stun gun on him, but you're right. He could have had one.
They carry everything.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there.
I'm thinking the second they pull one out, I don't care, here, anywhere, I'm saying, oh, yes sir, no sir, out there. I'm not going to be a smartass on the side of the road. Nobody should be. That's what we've always said. That's not the place to discuss it. Even if you think they're wrong, that's not the place to have the discussion.
No, it's on a 100,000 watt station.
Yes, that's the place to tell the story.
Where you come back later after you get stopped for a speeding ticket and you call the guy runt and say he was driving the chicken coop.
You said all that. I never said he was in a chicken coop. I said he was short. That's all I said. Didn't see him when he was standing by the truck. That's all I said. He was a very nice officer. I was nice to him. I yes sir, no sir'd him. That's what I do. That's what people do when they get stopped, they should say.
And then later you said you were cordial because you were afraid he had the Napoleon complex.
Why do you want to do this to me? I didn't say that. Didn't say it. It didn't happen.
I heard it.
You didn't hear. You heard you say it.
Okay.
All right. At least we agree.
Anything else before we get to news?
Oh, we have an email about something we did yesterday. Russ, there's nothing wrong with people praying to God to save their child. I may not do it, but it is their right to practice their own religion. If that includes no medical attention, then so be it.
That's their right. It's not the child's right. You're old enough to make that decision, and if you're that big of a fool, then CPS should have yanked that kid out of that house long ago. If you've got a church of, what are they called?
Christian Scientists.
The Christian Scientists, and they don't believe in any type of medical attention. That's your faith. You were old enough to come to that conclusion. You got a child that's going into convulsions and praying and hoping for the best with no medical attention. You can still do both. Take them to the doctor and still pray. That way you're covered.
Is that part of the religion trade? Do you know, or does anybody know? Absolutely positively, doctors not, no matter what's going on. Car wreck. Are doctors allowed then?
Well,
I'm sure they go ahead.
You know, obviously they would be transported to a hospital. Now, at a certain point, can they refuse medical treatment? Sure. But a lot of times, like in these
Well, what JD's asking is, how far do they take the religion? At a certain point, you're going to have to give in. You have a severed limb, something comes off, you're going to have to just put your religion on hold and go with modern medicine.
You have to. I just wonder how far the religion lets them go. I'm sure there's an answer somewhere.
And I'm sure Dan's looking it up on Wikipedia.
Oh, how'd you know?
Because that's your gig.
I like to be on top of things.
You find it already?
I found the Church of Christ Scientist page. It just opened up.
All right.
You want me to send it to you?
Sure.
Okay.
What's the rest of the email while Dan's sending this?
It says, our country was built on that freedom. Just because I may not agree, you may not agree, doesn't mean that they are criminals. Well, in this case, we're going to find out because these people are potentially up for murder.
You let a child die. I don't care what your religion is. You're going to have to go through our court systems.
That's the issue. How far do you let a kid go? Okay, a sniffle, a cold, a flu, maybe, but at what point?
If it's life-threatening or
maybe
it escalates. A kid blacked out.
I agree, but I'm just saying that's their side. Is yes, the child had a hard time breathing, but we thought God could save him.
The Church of Christ Scientist was founded in 1879, Boston, Mass. Author of the book teaches that the reality of God denies the reality of sin, sickness, death, and the material world. Accounts of miraculous healing are common within the church, and adherents often refuse traditional medical treatments. The church headquartered in Boston has a membership of between 1,000 and 400,000. History, I don't care. Origins and development, new. Theology?
Possibly. I might tell you.
The teaching is the foundation of the Christian Science principle that disease or any other adversity can be cured through prayerful efforts made possible only by God's grace. To fully understand this spiritual relationship, it is encapsulated in science and health as the scientific state of being. It is read aloud in churches and Sunday schools at the end of every Sunday service, along with 1 John 3, Bible verse benediction. I'm just trying to get down here and see how far they'll let this go.
What's got to be bleeding or falling off?
Spiritual healing in the material world. No. I just got too much crap to go through.
Maybe it's one of those deals they never really say. It's kind of like the FCC. They never really give you the guidelines.
It's got controversies and criticisms. Those are easy to figure out. It doesn't actually say how far they can go. And you look it up during the next break.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Was that all you were going to say?
Well, it's just very interesting that they don't specifically outline what it is that they will allow. At what point? You know what? As a parent, I may think a bloody nose is bad enough to take them to the doctor.
Well, here's one paragraph. It says, the issue is most controversial regarding children. In a number of nationally publicized cases in the early 90s, prosecutors charged parents belonging to the Christian Science Church with murder or manslaughter, and their children died of likely curable ailments without being medically treated. The best known of these was the Twitchell case in Massachusetts, in which parents Dave and Ginger Twitchell were convicted in 1990 of involuntary manslaughter in the death of their 2-year-old son, Robin, who succumbed to a bowel obstruction. In other cases, parents have been legally exonerated, often because of exemptions in state laws to taking legal action against people who relied on religious cures. Such cases are also controversial inside the church. Many members believe that parents involved received poor guidance from church leaders, while others contend that the process of healing through Christian Science wasn't done correctly. So if your kid died, obviously you're going to have to get counseling from your pastor to tell you what you did wrong. And you didn't call anybody, that's what you did wrong.
Well, it sounds the way that reads it, state by state then. It's state history, state law, and then once somebody's been convicted, now you have case history. But in this case, maybe they're trying to make case history for this particular state as to, you let your kid die. It was 48 hours, and somebody, somewhere, said the child couldn't breathe well, child couldn't eat, child couldn't drink, nothing. So somebody, whether it was the parents or somebody else, saw that.
They should have yanked that kid out of the house long ago. But because something's always going to happen to a child, and you're not going to hope that just some type of spiritual connection with your God is going to get you out of it. God wants you to go do something. Leave him alone.
And again, maybe it's just the wheels of justice. It takes a long time for CPS to get out there. In that case, if it was me, my sister's kid, for instance, I'd call the cops. And I say, you know what? Somebody else come look at this. And you take the kid out for that reason.
I want to take any of those, Alfie.
Lines 2 and 3 are both medical professionals.
Okay. Yes, Jason.
Yeah, both, man. You can get an emergency release from a judge. There's always a judge on call that you can call and get an emergency release from the parents. So you can treat them if their life is, it's a life-threatening situation. But the Christian Scientists, I've dealt with them before, they believe it's a complete failure of their faith if they can't heal somebody through just prayer. So a lot of times the kids die at home and they're never seen by any medical personnel. And
it's also hard to go in and get a bench warrant from a judge to be able to remove the child if nobody's seen the child. They don't know if he's sick or not.
That's right. And what's weird is they'll bring them to the hospital, but then they won't allow you to do anything with them.
And their logic is what? Why actually go that far if they're not going to give you permission to touch them?
That's why we have judges on call. Because, I mean, you just pretty much have to say, look, we got to take care of this kid. Bye-bye.
I'm missing why they would actually go to a hospital if they're still going to refuse treatment.
I think they're smart enough and they're intelligent enough people to say, I need to get my child medical care. I don't care, about the church. But then,
okay, all right,
it kicks in.
Well, I got it. They don't want to go against their religion. They bring the child in. They say you can't touch them. They know in return you're going to get a judge's statement. Say, yeah, you're going to give that child medical treatment. That way, them their religion is still copacetic.
I see.
Right, but if they can't fix them through prayer, at least nowadays they're bringing them to medical facilities.
Okay. All right, thank you, sir.
How could that ever make sense with a grown-up that's not retarded? How could that make religious sense? That I'm not going to take my child to get health care that God has taught us and given us.
Faith?
The medicine.
You're going against your faith.
And
you go against, and I'm sure a lot of them think, I would like to think that the majority of them aren't that squirrely, but I'm sure some of them think, if I take them to the doctor and I let a mortal treat this child, God's going to get in my ass. Because then I showed I got no faith.
Well, I'd like to know how often this really occurs. And if the kid dies at home, a doctor has to pronounce him dead. You can't just bury him in the backyard and go, well, God, it was God's will. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You can't do that. Somebody has to come in and say,
here's what the child died from.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got these two parents now that prayed for a couple of days. The kid goes in convulsions and dies. Somebody's going to have to get locked up on this so these nuts will stop it.
I would just like to be in that household and go, what are you thinking? What do you think this is going to accomplish?
And why would you pick that dopey religion? Pick one where the doctors are okay.
Like Catholics or something where you can just say, hey, I'm sorry, and you're okay. Get off the hook.
Even Mormonism's better than that. All you got to give up is caffeine.
Is that all?
Most of it. They get a bunch of wives.
So you're trading caffeine, but you get a bunch of wives.
So they'll take care of the kid.
Sounds like a downside to me.
All right. You ready for news now?
Sure.
Anybody see McCain's speech last night?
Yeah, I pulled some audio from it. I think Palin was actually better, to be honest. But he's not.
McCain is not charismatic,
no,
which is going to be his biggest downfall because he just comes across as your pawpaw talking to you. And good God, man, go to CVS and get some teeth whitener.
He got the exact same thing.
I have no clue what he said. All I could look at were those yellow chompers of his.
I wonder why somebody didn't do that. And I'm picking apart the set, but the set, they did this giant video screen behind him. And at one point, it was a picture of a nice little house with a green lawn. They do the tight shot. All you see is green behind him. It makes him look sick. You're like, who thought of this? Who's directing this? It was very, very badly directed.
I couldn't tell you what the rest of the set around him looked like.
Yellow.
All I know is them great big yellow chompers.
I thought the exact same thing. Everybody else is beautiful white
Go to Sam's. They got places now you can lay down and they whiten your teeth in about a half hour.
I think you could probably get people to come into him, but still, you're right. I don't know why somebody doesn't say, okay, hey, can we talk to you for a minute? What if he smokes or something? But yeah, he's just not dynamic. I mean, you want to hear some of the audio. I know you saw it last night. Number 10 in the Palin file is how he got strength after being tortured.
Hang on a second. Palin?
Yeah, Palin file, and then cut number 10.
Okay.
A lot of prisoners had it a lot worse than I did.
I think I heard, it was either today or yesterday, he didn't, it wasn't 2 or 3 years that he was in the POW camp. It was a year. They gave him the option to leave, and he opted to stay, and so it was 4 more.
That's correct. And you said it actually, as he said last night, it got worse and worse and worse.
Hey, is that deal still open?
Got you with you boys?
You give him credit for being a patriot, but if you had a horrendous year and they're giving you an option out and you don't have to sell out your country, I'm leaving. Now, as far as somebody in the White House, that's an ethic that you'd really like.
Yeah.
And if somebody's going to be that into their country, they're going to stay with their servicemen Even though you got a way out, if he's going to, and he has no clue how long his capture was going to last.
It's going to last. That's about the only thing I got out of last night. The rest, as you said, is rhetoric about what he's going to do and change and all that. But I got a lot more of his story, which just makes you say, he loves his country more so than, as he said later, I'm not really in it for any party. I'm not in this for me. I'm in this for the country.
Been mistreated before, but not as badly as many others. I always liked to strut a little after I'd been roughed up to show the other guys I was tough enough to take it. But after
Well, that's why they kept coming back.
Why don't you writhe around on the ground and cry a little? Maybe they go easier on you next time.
Make it look like a good beatdown. I'm not making fun of the fact that he was tortured, but if you start strutting around afterwards, they're going to come back and try new things on you.
I think he was doing that, as he said, more or less hinted, for the other guys. Look, you know what? We're still strong. We're still here. And I guess that's the only thing that keeps them going is the fact that they're not winning. The other people aren't winning. I'm still strong, even though they beat me up.
And you also appreciate the fact that he was concerned about everybody else there, their mental state. If he left, they were going to be shocked.
What was going to happen to everybody else?
I turned down their offer. They worked me over harder than they ever had before for a long time. And they broke.
Sounds like Amway. You going to take this? You going to take this garage full of soap?
Absolutely not.
All right.
When they brought me back to my cell, I was hurt and ashamed, and I didn't know how I could face my fellow prisoners. The good man in the cell next door to me, my friend Bob Craner, saved me. Through taps on a wall, he told me I had fought as hard as I could. No man can always stand alone. And then he told me to get back up and fight again for my country and for the men I had the honor to serve with.
I think I would stop talking to him.
Get back up. Do it again. They really hit hard.
They're not just bringing one guy in. They're bringing in groups with weapons.
And you already have broken bones and everything else that haven't healed right.
Because every day they fought for me.
Really, of all the convention stuff that I've looked at, these were only clips that I actually got goosebumps out of.
Well, we learned something more about his history, more so than what this change thing. Cut 11 is how being if you want to hear any more, POW made him actually love America. How being a POW.
It made me hate this dump. I'm over here because of you.
said he went in, I went in as a single guy, tough pilot. And
you can tell me the whole clip?
No, that's not what he says, but go ahead.
Are you making something up?
I'm just...
I fell in love with my country when I was a prisoner in someone else's. I loved it, not just for the many comforts of life here. I loved it for its decency, for its faith, and the wisdom, justice, and goodness of its people. I loved it because it was not just a place, but an idea, a cause worth fighting for. I was never the same again. I wasn't my own man anymore. I was my country's.
And if you're really going to have to pick a party either way, I'm going to have to lean towards McCain only because he's obviously got a lot more credibility. If he tells you, all right, here's what I'm going to do, his past shows, he probably is.
They're going to have to hammer that home over and over and over. You're right. That's the only thing they can hang it on because this whole change thing, it just doesn't work anymore. It's an old
Well,
one.
he even used the change is coming. I'm sick of that.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't, change doesn't always mean things are going to get better.
I would not have done that just because Obama has just latched onto that word so much. But that's what America wants to hear.
Were you going to say something, Trey?
Yeah, just the fact that even after he got out of the Hanoi Hilton, he tried to be a fighter pilot again. I mean, he just couldn't physically do it.
Oh, well, this man's retarded.
Then he went on to war college.
I was going to say, we're back to being an idiot.
I mean, I know there's people that love this country that much and that are authentic heroes. Man, you went through enough. You had your chance to get out. You stayed there. You're already a hero. You don't have to run up the score. I got it. Hey. And get you some teeth whitener.
While you're at it.
I'm not running for president because I think I'm blessed with such personal greatness that history has anointed me to save our country in its hour of need. My country saved me. My country saved me, and I cannot forget it. And I will fight for her as long as I draw breath, so help me God.
The first thing I'm going to do in the White House is flatten Hanoi.
Hanoi? What are you doing?
Guess what? Are you guessing? I've been waiting for years to get in this position. Flat.
Going to the CIA building. I got this list of names here that I made for those 5.5 years.
Hanoi's flat? Okay, I quit. I'm done. That's all I wanted, really.
If that's all the ones you can do, I'm all right with that.
Palin, you're in. Come on.
Tag, you're it.
We need to break your club?
Yeah.
All right.
Back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Alfie said there was a guy on hold going into the break that said he was in the military. I think it was the Air Force. And they had trained them how not to talk if they're ever captured.
He trained you not to talk.
I know it ain't going to stick with me.
Well, you really think if you'd gone to
Absolutely. If somebody's beating me nonstop and I have no clue where they're going to end, anything I know is yours.
What would you like to? I'll make up stuff.
Another reason why they should really ask you when you're listening, are you a coward?
It's not a question you can really ask or answer, because you know what? You might get over there, and you might find yourself not a coward. You might find yourself a hero.
Possibly in battle where there's some type of leverage. You got your weapons, they have theirs, but once you're captured, and they're going to torture you until they get something out of you.
But if
I'm going to help them out. I know that's a turncoat, but
if that information you knew directly, that information could risk your brothers in the field, you'd still tell them.
If they're torturing me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think basic training probably weeds some of that out.
They can weed me out by asking.
All right.
They come up and start poking me in a rib. Hey, what do you know? Where you want me to start?
Basic training. We meant, what do you know about life? What do you know about the military?
Don't tell him nothing. There was an email, and I think we already addressed most of this. McCain refused early
repatriation.
All right. I've never seen that word. Of course, I didn't go to college like you did, Dan.
Only went for 1.5 years.
Where'd you go?
UTA.
Should have done that.
Only a couple hours at Richland.
North Texas is a fine school.
I only went to North Texas for 2 months.
Oh.
The rest of the time was at Eastfield.
See, we're both products of Dallas County Community College.
See?
I can't read.
Well, it's more of a talent.
Because he refused early repatriation.
You got it.
Because there was a list of prisoners had developed, been based on who was first. First in, first out. The entire U.S. military is guided by a code of conduct for POWs. One part says, wait your turn. Another part says, do not accept favorable treatment. McCain was offered early release because his father was a Navy admiral on active duty at that time. I'm still taking it.
He's doing the honorable thing.
I'd like to sound like the patriot and stand up for our country and take any type of abuse. But the first time they come at me, even with a swizzle stick, I'm talking.
But you got to, for him, it's a double whammy because not only would he be an embarrassment to his servicemen who's with, but also to his family that he took the easy
I think I would be okay with my family thinking less of me, considering what I'd been through the previous 12 months.
If your father
and having no clue what's coming. He had no idea how much longer he was going to be there. Maybe he thought, they're close to letting us out anyway. I'm going to stay. Then they tack on 4 more years.
Oh, by the way, you'll be here another 4 years. I'm kicking myself if my leg weren't broke.
What were you going to say, Trey?
I mean, when your father and grandfather were, I believe both of them were admirals, and his father was. I mean, that name in the Navy, you can't do it.
Well, there's somebody got to come along to be able to tarnish something. I'd be okay with that. I don't care if I came from a long list, family, military. I'm going to be the one that's going to darken things up.
I'd like to say I'd be strong and brave too, but I remember being in the hospital with my shoulder out. I'd have killed a doctor for some morphine.
And you were getting immediate medical attention after you fell off the step.
Right. They didn't give him anything after the beatings and the broken bones. That story he tells about being, out of the plane, landing, broken bones, and getting beat by the villagers before the people took
before the bad guys get there.
The bad guys got him. The villagers beat him.
Well, look, here's a welcoming committee. They're probably going to,
I don't know that pain level, why you just don't pass out and die.
Maybe you pass out, and that's the only upside. It's like when Trey had his nightmare, he jumped up out of bed. He was wigging out. Didn't know how to handle it, so he fell on the headboard and knocked himself out.
Could be. But I was close in the hospital, and like you said, I'm being attended to, and I know the morphine's coming soon.
There's video footage of him being pulled out of the river and then beating him, and he's awake.
And I know being a POW is that's not going to be a credential that shows you should run the country. But what I do get out of it is he's going to be credible. If he stood there with his troops after beating, was given the option
in the worst case scenario
to leave, and he didn't. He's either the ultimate patriot or he's a freaking tard.
I think he's the ultimate patriot. You're right. If he says he's going to do something to the very best of his ability, he will do it.
And there's a man that knows the consequences of war, both good and bad. And you have to trust his judgment when it comes to making that decision. That's what my biggest deal is. I think we're going to be attacked again. I think we'll be attacked next year. And the question becomes, for me, who do I want in that chair making that call?
If it plays out that way, McCain's going to be the one. But, again, what if something happens to him? Granted, Palin's hot, and she looks good in press conferences, and I might have squeezed a batch off during hers.
Oh, my God.
But I don't know that I want her running this country, being in charge of everything, if we're in the middle of some type of attack.
You're the only man in the world that would touch himself during the Republican National Convention.
I bet I ain't.
Maybe so. Now they're talking. Now the big thing has started. Well, should she cut her hair? Should she take it down instead of being up in a shut up?
She needs to drop that blouse down another couple of inches.
Brother.
That's not going to help her run.
Yeah.
If it gets her to run, literally, let's do it.
I think really, for what she's trying to do, she looks too hot now. I have a hard time taking any credibility in this. It looks like a Barbie doll. You just want to, in our minds.
Well, then go back and look at her past. That was one of the biggest reasons I couldn't have voted for Hillary, is she was just too dog ugly. I don't know how Bill screwed that. And why would you? Because nothing good's going to come from it. I.e., Chelsea.
Again, it's hard to take her seriously. You look at her, I want to learn more about her.
So you don't think hot chicks can be smart?
It's in general, listen, I didn't say that.
All right, listen, tell us.
In general, in our history, when we see really hot chicks.
So you think Joy is adult?
Not at all. She's very brilliant.
I think that's what Trey just got out of that.
Not at all. No, I'm just saying, in our history, when we see chicks like that, you think not too sharp. It's certainly not the case.
You would think your history with Joy over the many years, you got a hot chick who obviously is very intelligent, so they do exist.
Quite a bit smarter than I am, actually.
All right.
Because she wouldn't be.
Yeah, because she wouldn't be stupid enough to say this on the air.
Exactly.
Is that where you're going?
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, Stephen.
Yeah, Russ. I was in the Marines, and we were told if we were ever captured, resist as much as you can. You're going to get tortured, giving your name, rank, and serial number, but after a while, they're probably going to get information out of you just because you can't handle it.
And what kind of training do you... Are they saying talking is inevitable, or they give you different methods just to fend them off?
Oh, when initially you try to fend them off, but if your stories don't add up, after a while they're going to whittle you down and torture you until you pass out and wake you up and do it again and do it again and do it again until you break. And it's going to be inevitable.
Will they purposely not give all the different troops too much information because they know sooner or later this is going to happen?
Oh yeah, of course. If you're enlisted, you never know anything that's going on anyway. And depending on your job, you may not have any tactical information at all.
That was going to be my point. Is the people, pilots, I can tell you information for about the first 3 or 4 days. After that, everything else has changed. Nothing else is the same as when I got shot down.
And really, where do you go after? Let's say you finally cracked and you told them everything you know, and they're still not satisfied. Where do you go with that?
Start making stats.
No, they're not going to be satisfied, so they'll keep on torturing you, and you may give everything you know, and they may not be happy enough, and they may torture you out of spite.
Well, out of spite, I understand. But I just mean, if they're going to, we got the guys at Guantanamo Bay. I think we've got everything out of them we're going to get.
Well, you don't know that.
But I think we still keep playing the witch game.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Stephen.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't know whether, because there was another guy on hold while he was talking, said that there was training. What did it say, Alfie? A year and a half?
Yeah, he said that they took an entire year and a half out of their training just to train them to resist torture.
Okay, but again, what am I going to be able to tell you after about 3 days? Nothing new. I could say, here's where.
Well, what kind of training are you going to give me that's going to let me keep my yap shut under horrendous conditions?
I have no other than meditation or some kind of just, this is the only
meditation
way to go.
Is normally when you're alone and it's really quiet.
And peaceful.
No, when you're getting beat and waterboarded.
Yeah. There's a lot of noise that goes along with torture. Most of it's from you.
I can't believe it unless they tell you what to say to sort of tell them things but not say anything. What's the difference? What does a pilot really know that's going to, be of any use to the other team?
I'm sure because you want to be true to your country, you don't want to tell them anything. And you feel like you just totally short-sheeted this country by telling them something. Dude, I'll pull the sheets all the way down to your feet.
Are we in here alone? It's just us?
Yeah.
You and me? Okay. Checkpoint Charlie, you and me? What the hell you want to know? Let me know.
You get a stenographer in here because you're going to need somebody who can go fast. And get that Bangkok Betty in here. Bitch is hot. Yes, Jeffrey.
It's called SEER training. Stands for Survival, Escape, Evasion, and Rescue.
And how long does that last?
Depending on, if you're a pilot versus if you're a cook, it can vary.
Maximum time would be what?
I think it can be like 1.5 years, 2 years.
And what do they cover?
Name it, everything.
Well, just for the torture, and you try not to give up any information.
That's just it. Just try not to give up any information, but, if they're going to torture you, why not just lie? Try not to let them on to the real stuff.
So you went through this training?
Some of it, not the full blown. The full blown is usually for like pilots and you have like guys that are like combat rescue.
What were you?
I'm Air Force.
What did you do?
Security.
Okay. Just didn't know what your risk would be depending on your job. Like you said, a cook. Chances are
no. I'm just saying, you do have guys that are over there in like Iraq that are part of the services department, and if they were to get captured in a convoy or whatever.
So really, the extent of the training that you saw is if you're caught and tortured, try not to tell them anything.
Correct. Yeah, you try not to, but I mean, there's a realistic aspect to it. There comes a point, like you saw probably when they were captured during the first ones, when they captured some of the of our troops. Those guys were part of convoys that were part of. Some of them were cooks, and so they didn't receive the full training as you would if you were a pilot because their risk factor isn't as much as a pilot.
What are they going to get out of the cooks? It's a bunch of recipes.
Probably, yeah.
Veggie soup, you know that?
Well, leverage. That's basically all it is leverage.
Nothing we can do to you. You torture yourself by eating that stuff.
Yeah. All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
Whatever. I still don't see what you're getting at.
And you stop just for a second without being too morose. Is nobody really thinks or contemplates on what these guys are getting into when they enlist and when they go over there. You got to have a big sack of balls if you're going to go someplace knowing all these different options, all these different variables may come into play. I'm not going.
Well, you're not, but these people are different. They're military families. Look at that guy that was a football player, had life handed to him. What was his name?
Pat Tillman.
Had it all. Money, fame, chicks, whatever, mansions, cars. Quit it all to go over there and die.
You don't have to have a lot of cash to love your country.
No, of course not, but I'm saying he had it all.
And I'm telling you, the reverse works. I got a lot of cash. I don't love any of it.
Yes, you do.
And I'm not going to have things cut off or broken just to save people over here who don't really give a rat's ass about the military anyway. So what's my incentive? I'm going to go back. I'm going to be treated like piss, especially in a VA hospital. Why would I sit there and hold out information?
Well, we're doing better. It's still your country. It's still the best country in the world.
There's no appreciation for the military.
Absolutely.
We don't appreciate first responders, police, fire, and EMTs. Why do you think somebody that we don't see on a regular basis, people are overseas, why do you think there's going to be any appreciation for that?
That attitude has totally changed since back in you're thinking maybe in the Vietnam days. There's still people that go out to the airport every single day and meet
How
that
many?
airplane.
A couple of hundred?
Probably a couple
Maybe.
hundred. That's a lot.
How many people in North Texas?
Oh, well, yeah, millions. Well, not everybody goes out there. You're right, but
I don't go.
In the days,
so it's not a finger pointing thing. We don't put the priority where it needs to be, and I'm done with the grandstanding. Any of those, Alfie? Before we move on,
Line 5.
What does he want?
He's saying that John McCain is actually in parts of videos in SEER training, that they use his story to teach other people.
No, I'm done with the torture. That weirds me out. Just being in a situation, you can't go any place, you can't do anything, you can't get medical attention, there is no end, and regardless if I talk or not, it's going to continue. That's a freaking nightmare that you just can't wake up out of.
And any day they could kill you and go, he died. Sorry. Too much.
That one broke. Man. So again, if I'm going to lean either side, if I actually decided to vote, it'd have to be for McCain and Palin. You're still because I'd like to see her for 4 years.
Oh, God.
And if he tells me something, and he says he's going to make an effort, I'm more apt to believe him. I don't know that much about Obama. Obama may be as trustworthy as McCain, but McCain's got a history of standing up for people.
Doing what he can, doing what he says he'll do.
And also you had mentioned, as far as Obama, like, he's changed his position a number of times since the start of the campaign to now. So
and McCain's been pretty steadfast.
Exactly.
Plus, I'm not beating off for 4 years to Joe Biden.
Well, not. What happened to the moratorium on gay? Stop.
Well, I said I'm not doing it.
Oh.
All right, 4:43.
Does that mean you thought about it at one point?
I would just rather Palin be in there. Plus, her daughter's probably going to be hanging around the White House, and this ain't going to be the last time she gets knocked up.
Hopefully. She was my daughter, and I was the vice president. We're plugging that thing for 4 years.
You thought you probably had it handled while you were governor of Alaska, then she pops up and knocked up. And you still don't know if it's that Levi guy that did it. You don't know if it's some rampant seal that got in there.
We're filling that thing up with cement.
All right, go ahead, Dan.
Okay. Friday, September 5th, 2008. Birthdays today. Dweezil Zappet turns 39.
Dick.
Would you let him go? He never did anything to you. Nothing.
The chick that I dated, that she also dated him, never liked my apartment. Why you only got 800 square feet?
Well,
Dweezil lived in a mansion. He lived with his daddy.
Well, in Daddy's mansion. Look at you. Now you have your own mansion. She'd probably give anything to come back and be with you.
And Dweezil probably lived in an 8-foot box.
I think he's still touring.
Yeah, they were doing some...
What was it called?
Zappa.
Zappa does Zappa?
Yeah.
And his daddy's, so now he's not only living in Daddy's house, he's doing Daddy's songs.
Yeah.
God, how could you do that?
I don't know. Obviously, chicks still are into it because the chick that I was dating that dated him 4 or 5 years before, that's all she could talk about, being on the road with Dweezil.
But that's
you know what? I can get you on the road. Maybe Dweezil will drive by.
Road's not that far.
It was just, anytime there was any type of argument, Dweezil wouldn't have done that.
Now, did you ever just say, hey, don't ever bring that up again. Don't ever do the Dweezil on me again. Ever.
No, because then if you look like it's bothering you, then she's going to throw it out even more.
I guess. I just know.
Dweezil, we would go to places like this. You and I never go anywhere. Well, why don't you see if you can reconcile with Dweezil?
He'd already kicked her to the curb. I told you I saw him at the MTV Awards. He must be a big deal in somebody's world because the paparazzi was chasing his ass.
But that's when he had a career, and he was big on MTV.
What was his career? What was he ever did? What did he really ever do?
They did he and his brother did a couple of shows on MTV. I mean, he was at least relevant.
Okay.
He was only relevant because of Frank Zappa.
Like I said, for a brief moment, and you're right, it's the name, but they had a little bit of a career and a little bit of notoriety.
There was some movie that he was in the 80s that anytime it was on cable, she'd want to flip it on and watch it.
That is just torturous. That's mean of anybody to do. I don't care if it's Zappa or anybody.
I went along with it because if I put up any kind of stink, she knew that there's going to be something that she could throw out. More.
Louisa would never have done that. She was a man.
Oh, really?
Yes. We went places. We did things. He spent money on me.
Well,
he was better in bed.
I'm out on that one.
Sorry, I went too far.
I don't think Russ has ever tried to oversell himself as far as that's concerned.
That's never an argument I'm going to win. My last boyfriend was better in bed. Get him in here.
I don't mind.
I'll watch for a while, see if I can pick something up. Because they're just waiting on me. The G-spot's going to go untouched.
Unrecognized forever.
There'll be no manhunt for that.
Ever?
Unless it comes out on the bed.
Falls out. And the G-spot doesn't fall down.
All right, well, that's the first chick that actually gave me some type of insight. All right, well, we having one? It's a lot easier than getting in there and digging. That should be enough. Put it back in.
Such a romantic.
Go ahead, Dan.
All right. Other birthdays today. Michael Keaton turns 57. Raquel Welch is 68. And Bob Newhart turns 79. On Saturday, Jeff Foxworthy turns 50. Jane Curtin from Kate and Alley turns 61. Roger Waters from Pink Floyd turns 65. And on Sunday, Gloria Gaynor, who sang I Will Survive, turns 59.
We need a break now?
Yes. And there's birthdays.
Do you guys want to do the Welcome to Fall? Welcome now? Or you want to wait?
Is it a one-shot deal?
Oh, I'm sure we could do it a few times.
Okay.
Well, if you're going to welcome a season, you can do it in a couple stages.
Yeah. Okay. Trey, will you take this outside of Gavin's office? Would you like me to crank it for you?
Sure. Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing good can come of this.
Well, not pointing at me.
Yet.
Gasoline fumes rock.
Yeah. Sounds funny as it just drifts down the hall.
All right. Here we go. Get Gavin's mic on.
No.
It's not officially fall yet, but the weather's changed.
Very close.
Feels like it.
It'd be a nice weekend. Oh, song good.
Oh, welcome fall. Welcome, welcome. Here's to the winds that accompany your festiveness. The smiles that brighten with your cool breezes.
Russ!
Oh, welcome fall, welcome, welcome. Leaves change their color and they drop to the ground in your honor. It's a time for change. Festivals, big tanks, Halloween, and yes, strong winds.
Russ!
So many papers on his desk.
So childish. So childish.
Oh, welcome fall. Welcome, welcome. Yes, look how the papers dance with your arrival.
Oh, no.
You always bring cooler temperatures, Friday night football, and of course, disorganization.
Run! No! No!
Yes, welcome fall. Welcome, welcome. It's a time of family, a time of camaraderie, and yes, a time to look for your files. Welcome fall. Welcome, welcome.
Why? Jake, why?
We'll be back.
to the Russ Martin Show.
Let me rock it, that's all I wanna do. Shaka Khan, let me rock Shaka Khan. Let me rock it, let me feel for you. Shaka Khan, what you tell me what you wanna do? Do you feel for me the way I feel for you?
We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Call Russ now at 214-787-1053.
All right, Daniel, get it on.
Okay, right now, Addison, Dallas North Tollway northbound, you've got an accident right there at Beltline Road. It's on the right shoulder, but that still has traffic stacking up to 635, and that's, of course, already a mess because it usually is on the tollway in 635, so that's just making it worse and increasing your delay. Also in Dallas, 75 northbound at Mid-Park, the two left lanes are closed due to a crash, and that, of course, is making it even tougher to get through the High-5. So, two big problems in Dallas, and, Dallas and Addison to keep your eye out for. I'm Dan O'Malley on The Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, it's about 70 for the overnight low, up into the mid-90s, so warming up a bit for the weekend. 86 now at Live 105.3.
I see Gavin. Who was that?
Excuse me.
I see Gavin on his camera. Still rearranging his auto.
Papers everywhere. He likes to keep that large stack right on his right. Stuff for months, just stacked up.
And the reason for not sticking it in a file?
I never figured that out. But it's always there. It's always, and there's something topical on top. And why? It can't be working with a foot of paper every day. He just likes to leave it there. And that's
maybe it's a prop.
It's not there.
David Henry comes by, points at that. This is all the stuff that I'm working on.
I never thought of that. It's like, I'm busy. Taking up my time.
Like the Bob McNeil on the glasses. Leaving them on his desk.
That wasn't a sign of work. It was a sign that Bob was gone.
Well, we knew that. But he left the light on and left his glasses like he was coming back.
And he still might.
As long as those glasses are there.
All right, Dan, you ready?
I am.
Okay. 504, Dan O'Malley's here with more news.
All right, thank you, Russ. For the second time in 15 days, a Florida woman suspected in the disappearance of her 3-year-old daughter walked out of jail, this time after somebody anonymously posted the $500,000 bond. Wearing the same Where Is Kaylee t-shirt she had on when she was arrested, Casey Anthony was released mid-morning Friday from the Orange County Jail.
Why wouldn't she wear a t-shirt that says, I know where she is?
That's absolutely, somebody needs to throttle her. Where's Kaylee? All right, where was she last time you saw her?
Well, you don't know she did it.
Yeah, you do. I mean, you don't know. You can't prove it, but they may.
We don't convict people in the media, Steve.
Oh, I understand. She probably didn't do it.
The guy that got her out the first time.
Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
Just now flash on you?
No, I was just trying to hold back.
All right. The guy that got her out the first time, the Kinky Friedman-looking guy,
right.
He knew the way this was going to play out when he got involved. This was nothing more than just some PR frenzy for himself.
Sure.
He didn't even make any sense. During the interviews, he said, well, the reason you want to get her out is they become a little bit more lax and you're able to get more information from them and you're able to possibly follow them. Dude, she probably has access to TV or newspapers or whatever, and if you're throwing out your game plan, she's probably going to be on to you. And if they put her under house arrest, that whole plan falls apart anyway.
She can't go anywhere but home and with an ankle bracelet on.
He knew exactly when this started. He was going to post the bond, get all this media attention, plug him and his company, and then at a certain point, take the bond back, lock her back up. Didn't cost him a dime.
Well, what good does it do? He looks like a buffoon. Who would want to hire him?
No, he used the new DNA evidence came out, and I didn't see it going that way. So I said, you know what? She deserves to be back in jail. So he still looks like a stand-up guy. But all of this was just for him to get his TV time.
Yeah. And is her lawyer getting paid by anybody? Do we know?
I don't know. I read her mom has just hired a new high-profile attorney in that area, which he had to know that was going to happen sooner or later. Somebody was going to step in and for the publicity.
Well, I think this Kinky Friedman guy beat everybody to the punch.
Oh, I think he wants to be the next Dog the Bounty Hunter. I think that's what this whole deal was, is to get a team.
Oh, yeah, this had no bearing on whether or not he found Kaylee. It was just for him to get as much media exposure as he could and not cost him a penny. You take all the cash back, put her back in jail, you ain't out nothing.
What is the next step here with her? With the
I don't know. I'm surprised somebody bailed her back out.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to ask you again. Where's the kid? Darn it. We thought maybe we had you that time. How many times you can ask her? Ask the same question. Where was she the last time you saw her?
Hang on a second. CNN's running a piece on this. What TV is that, Trey?
3.
Good marketing tool for the attorney, and I wouldn't be surprised at this point if he is working for free.
Whew, okay. Great question there. Amy in Georgia. Amy, you with us?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you got for us?
My comment, well, I have a question and 2 comments. My question was...
I wouldn't tolerate that. There's too much damning evidence for... I'm really surprised they let her out with any type of bail set.
What were they holding her on? Other than suspicion?
I think initially, and it still may be this, child endangerment. She got the hot checks that she wrote, which is going to get her. Lying to deputies?
Lying to the court or lying to the police, yeah.
All right, so you have those 3 things. But they've also come back, found DNA evidence. There was a rotting corpse in her trunk. They found signs of chloroform. The kid's been missing, and when she went missing, she didn't bother to tell anybody for what we think is a month.
She clearly has no intention of ever telling us. They're going to have to try her just on the evidence that they have. Did you say something about the chloroform, right? That was found in the trunk also?
Yeah, they actually... it was today, Friday. Mm-hmm. This was Wednesday night. Nancy Grace had what is the Kinky Friedman guy's name? Well, you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Always in that damn black hat and the mustache.
He, actually, it wasn't him. He was on later. But she had an expert on that talked about the DNA evidence as far as the rotting corpse. Okay. He also said a lot of times the FBI, when they're going through and they're extrapolating samples out of things, they'll use chloroform to get that information out.
Oh, if that's the case, and yeah, that gets thrown out the window.
Not necessarily. But Nancy Grace dodged that one. It wasn't something that was going to help her with her. I can't stand that gash.
I couldn't get
And if she gets an expert on, and the only reason he's there is to give you information and give his professional take on it, she won't let them talk.
She glossed over the fact that there's a major piece that just got laid on your table. Well, that's not important because that's not what I'm talking about.
No, you're right. It didn't help anything that she was going after. Now, what she had to balance it out is they found on Kaylee's computer. Kaylee, is that the mom? Casey. Her mom searches, I guess, Google on chloroform.
Okay, we're back. We're back to mom being guilty. They're just going to have to try her on, just suspicious evidence. They're
going to find that kid at one point or another. This chick is too stupid to have some type of elaborate plan, if she did it, to get rid of that baby.
I guess, sometimes kids just disappear. They're gone forever. Look at the Amber Hagerman. They never found her body.
I thought they did.
Did they ever find her?
I think so.
Okay, maybe they did.
Well, that's not the point.
No.
You still had this chick, and it was of all the mistakes she's made, I can't think she would be devious enough to find the perfect place to get rid of Kaylee's body.
Or dispose of it completely, but there's absolutely no trace. Obviously not. There's traces in the trunk. She didn't even go that far as to, cover that up.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
A Republican congressman from Georgia who referred to Barack and Michelle Obama as uppity says he was not aware of the term's racial overtones and did not intend to insult anyone. Representative Lynn Westmoreland of Grantville described the Obamas as members of an elitist class that thinks they're uppity. Asked to clarify whether he intended to use the word, he said, yeah, uppity. In a statement Friday, Westmoreland, who was born in 1950 and raised in the segregated South, said he didn't know that uppity was commonly used as a derogatory term for blacks seeking equal treatment.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How do you use it in a sentence?
You put it in front of other words.
I don't know why uppity would only be for be some type of racial slur.
I've used the word, but I've used it in terms of, white people.
A lot of people can be uppity.
Well, somebody has an issue with this.
Obviously so, yes.
Maybe it's them uppity ones.
You can pretend you don't know, but certainly there's people use uppity in...
I've never used uppity.
I never have either, but people... that
solely with just some other word?
I think that's a 50s and 60s type term for... Oh, please, why do I even bother?
Mm-hmm. Give it a shot. Maybe you'll win this time.
No, I'm not ever going to win. I think in the 50s and 60s, possibly it was a term for people that were trying to rise above their place in life. They were just, they were.
All right, well, that explained it.
Yeah, you didn't dance around that one.
You heard that live.
Heard it right now.
Yeah. Well, instead, this guy, he referred to the dictionary definition of the word as describing someone who is haughty, snobbish, or has inflated self-esteem.
Police, you can't chastise somebody on a word like that.
They're looking for anything. They're just looking for anything in this election. Call him uppity.
Now, there was I can't remember who it was. It was a few years ago. The guy used the word, I think it means poor. Make sure I get it right. Is it niggardly?
Yes.
That's right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
Mark Davis used that term a couple of months ago.
What was he talking about?
Someone that was poor. He was using the definition of it as it was correct.
That sounds like that would be racist.
It certainly does, but it's not.
It's an actual word.
Mm-hmm.
But it could also come along at a certain point where the blacks didn't want it to.
Well,
anyway, my point is that guy feigned ignorance as far as, well, I didn't know that anybody would take it like that. Dude, you just said niggardly. Even if by definition you check with Webster's, but Webster's ain't got it. He's dead. He can put whatever he wanted in there.
Stay away from things that are obviously going to. Why would somebody do that just to bring trouble onto themselves?
Well,
nobody's going to hear that.
The guy from a few years ago, I don't know. Somebody using the word uppity, I'm not immediately going to think a black person.
Again, people are searching for things just to pull out of the woodwork here.
What are you looking at online, Dan?
No, I'm just typing in the word.
Which word?
Niggardly.
What does it say?
Let's see. Adjective. Reluctant to give or spend, stingy, miserly. Number 2. Meanly or ungenerously small or scanty. I'm not saying that.
All right, then you're done. Well, I turn the mics off. Yeah, what does it say? Yeah, that'll do it.
Wow. Let's not take that word and play into a stereotype.
Well, a lot of times service people won't wait on them. Go ahead.
Dictionary.com. Police in Louisville, Kentucky have arrested nearly 24 people who were evacuated from hurricane zones in Louisiana. Most of the charges have been alcohol related, but Lieutenant Colonel Phil Turner of Louisville Metro Police says one arrest made Tuesday was on a felony sexual abuse charge after a man attempted to grab a teenage boy at the Kentucky Expo Center, where there's actually a shelter. Officers are providing security for the evacuees at that center.
And they had some that broke into a clothing store in Atlanta and stole a bunch of high-end jeans to people that were evacuees. You know, as a way to say thank you to the city for taking us in and taking care of us.
Well, this always happens with evacuees. There's going to be a portion of them that are going to be
robbed if they were home.
Unthankful, certainly ungracious.
That was their style back home.
There's another word that I'd like to use, but I don't think in this context it's the way to go.
Let's don't. How about that, Dan?
Unless Dan wants to read the definition again. Go ahead, Dan.
The flagship of the U.S. Navy's Mediterranean Fleet anchored outside a key Georgian port Friday, defiantly bringing in tons of humanitarian aid to a city still partly occupied by hundreds of Russian troops. The USS Mount Whitney was the first Navy ship to travel to Poti since Georgia's 5-day war with Russia last month. The continued presence of Russian troops here has been a major point of friction between Russia and the West, which insists Russia has failed to honor a deal to pull back to positions held before fighting broke out on August 7th.
So
we knew they wouldn't.
They're sailing into this port, and you know the Russians are looking at the Americans. Americans are looking back at the Russians. I ain't touching you. I'm just looking at you.
Yeah, but there's an extra.
And that's exactly the definition of the Cold War.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what it's like.
Each country's looking at each other. I'm not touching you.
But you're in my port. No, you're not supposed to be here.
I know.
You're not supposed to be here.
We're pointing our missiles at you, but they're not touching you.
Not yet.
The thing is, the extra piece, not in addition to the ship, Dick Cheney was nearby. The in-your-face anchorage at Poti came as Vice President Dick Cheney visited nearby Ukraine, another former Soviet republic that feels threatened by Moscow's military aggression.
Well, they just take Dick Cheney over there, drop him down there with a couple of pea shooters and wipe him out.
Mm-hmm. You got a choice. You can pull back, or Cheney's coming. Your call. It's up to you.
It's amazing what he can do with spitballs.
We've seen what he does to his friends with a shotgun.
And he don't like you guys at all. I don't know why there's any type of protest, any type of political grandstanding, we're not going to do anything.
No.
They're going to rebuild the Soviet Union, and it's going to be there. Unless we're ready to go over there and stop them now, it's going to happen. Let it go. Focus someplace else. You're not going to make any type of difference.
Why did we even address this? Because you're right. There's nothing we can do. Trey, is there anything we can do?
Yeah. I mean, they're NATO allies. We're a part of NATO. We have to defend them. Ukraine, especially Georgia, is not, but that was one of the big contention is we want them in NATO. Russia does not. So
we're still not going to take any military action against Russia.
Not the United States directly. NATO will be forced to defend itself against Russia if they end up attacking a NATO country.
Okay. I bet we don't go.
Well, we always have some troops deployed with NATO, but we're pretty stretched thin as far as...
I bet they're wearing different costumes. How long before we need to break, Club?
6.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. New subdivisions nestled between quiet fields. It's the life in the suburbs of Dallas. Things are quiet here until dove season rolls around on September 1st. Now, residents can hear gunshots coming from just beyond their yards. Police departments in Allen, Frisco, and McKinney are fielding hundreds of calls from people hearing the shots, and a revised law has a lot to do with it. Most cities don't allow firearms discharged within city limits, but a Texas law permits their use on land that's at least 10 acres in size and at least 150 feet from a house or occupied building.
Oh, we're rednecks.
Hey, Trey. Okay, Trey, tell us about your first day dove hunting.
Well, what happened to you? When did you go?
I went Monday.
Well, I called you then. You wouldn't talk to me.
I know. Shotgun blast. But we're hunting. We're hunting in this field. It's right off of Waco. I mean, we're out of 35 in Waco. We're 200 yards from a shopping center. I'm talking about a big, huge one, Best Buy, all the other things.
Like a Walmart.
Yeah. And then we're right across the street from a Hampton Inn, and we're peppering cars over there.
Why?
Oh, it's just by accident.
No.
Actually, I shouldn't say I didn't do it, but cars were getting peppered.
Wow.
So, obviously, and they're hearing, I mean, there's like 7 people, shotguns going off constantly. Well, police come. 2 cars at first, and they're like, all right, well, we better put our guns down. So they go over and talk to other people. And then we get the radio call. It's okay. All right. So we go back to hunting. Then 5 more squad cars pull up.
Well, they just told you it was okay to hunt the Oldsmobiles.
Why would you guys do it that close to a Hampton Inn? You know that someone's going to call.
Well, because it's legal. I mean, it's
it's legal if your projectile stays within the parameters, but if you're shooting that far, that high in the air, you know there's a chance you're going to kill a pigeon inside one of the Walmarts.
None of the vehicles got hurt.
That place was packed full of owls. They look real. Their heads turn. So 5 squad cars show up now.
Yeah, so it's a total of 7. Then that's when we decided to put our guns down again. And then they were all cool, and there was a resolution made, and they all drove away, and everyone was happy, and we continued hunting.
And the resolution was what? Shoot Hyundais? Foreign cars.
I can't say.
Do I got to turn the mics on?
Yeah.
All right.
What? My mic's still on.
All right. What?
It's not a great story.
Why? Just tell.
Hunt what?
There was a deal he made with the cops?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that wasn't best for air. It's good to know.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not saying anything. He agreed to take all the cops to dinner? Is that right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, what a backfire.
What else they get free?
Nothing.
Okay. But that's the way you got out of that.
It was still legal. I mean, we were doing nothing wrong. But
all right, well, where'd the bribery come from?
There's no bribery.
You tell a cop you're going to take him to dinner and he lets you go.
Yeah. No one was getting arrested or anything like that.
So why was there a deal made?
So they, I mean, everyone wants to be friendly.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Did they come back after you give them the free dinner?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, let me ask you this. After they left the last time, did they come back?
No.
All right, that answers it. Dinner where? If you had to pick a place, theoretically.
I don't know.
I know you heard where they were going.
Actually, no, I didn't.
Oh, all right. They probably don't know Steak and Ale's closed yet. Guess where we're going.
Oh, you can eat salad.
What are we doing now, Club? You want another quick welcome to fall?
Yeah, you have more? That'd be great.
Trey? This one's short.
Okay.
And possibly another one later in the show.
Because Gavin was in there during the last break straightening up.
Yeah, that was the thing that seemed a little futile to me.
He has so many papers, though. Like my desk, you only get about 6 or 8 papers. He has that stack. Is he been in his office? Yeah.
What? I was going to say Trey couldn't get it started. I'll give him fighting him in the hall.
Oh, great.
No! Trey, do not do this.
Oh, welcome fall. Welcome, welcome. Your cool evenings require jackets. We're holding hands, collecting acorns. The daylight diminishes. No. And yes, Gavin's files fly north for the winter.
No!
Oh, that's a cool visual.
I just picked those up.
Oh, welcome fall. Welcome, welcome. We sit outside and enjoy our morning coffee. Children laugh as they prepare for an evening of trick-or-treating.
No!
The swish, swish of crisp leaves swimming around your feet. And the welcome smell of CBS documents in the air.
No, those are my files!
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. No gambling. It's all natural. The Russ Martin Show.
Bring it.
What? We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Outlaw black men. Getting jiggy with it. Take that bumper out.
What?
You not listening to it?
Yeah.
Did you hear all of it?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Load it again so you know which one I'm talking about. Who put that one together?
I don't know.
What? We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Outlaw black men. Getting jiggy with it. Getting jiggy with it. Don't feign ignorance.
I forgot. I'll have David remove that part.
What was the story that just ran on one of the networks? The total cost of, was it one convention or both?
I thought it said both. I can't. If one convention costs 9 figures, that's even more. But it said, are the conventions worth it? 9-figure price tag for a 4-day party. Maybe each one.
Well, it's all private funds, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So, difference does it make where it comes from?
I just think that's just such a waste of money. I mean, it goes back to what you said. Go have a 1-day convention, have your vice president speak, give the money to charity, do something good with it. You'd come off a lot better.
It wouldn't look like a 3 or 4 day circle jerk. And you even explain, we could have milked the media for 3 or 4 days with this, We're not. We're going to have one day. We're going to do all the ballot casting. We're going to be done with it. And we're going to take the millions and we're going to stick that back into the country. Because initially, if we get in the office, that's what we're going to do anyway.
Absolutely great idea. Especially this.
And after watching the Democratic convention, Republicans would have had it made had they taken that maneuver.
Absolutely.
We're going to do this, and we're going to take whatever else we would have spent on this festival of jacking off, and we're going to put it back into charity.
Serves no purpose whatsoever. Both of them, you watch them for 4 days and you go, all the
Well, it does serve a purpose. They're trying to take the undecided voters, and it's a big cheerleading session, and you're trying to get the undecided over to you.
I thought that's what the campaigning did. I thought the news followed me around. Tell me what you're really going to do. That's cheerleading, the stuff. He's wrong, I'm right. Change. That's all I got out of both conventions.
Yeah,
some nice fireworks. Excuse me.
I mean, like, look at the night Obama spoke. I got 38 million viewers. The night Sarah Palin spoke, 37 million viewers. Obviously, I mean, people are interested in it. I mean, given that's divided, amongst probably 6 networks.
But it's still that number of people.
Mm-hmm.
So it's exposure for your party, and in the final analysis, they think it's worth the cash. I would have got more out of it as a citizen if you had to knock the crap off, quit it with throwing your own birthday party, because that's really what it is.
Pretty much.
And put the rest back into divvied up amongst a bunch of different charities.
Well, instead of doing all these little also-ran people that did speeches, bring your big guns out, make it a one-day deal.
Then you don't get 3 nights of media coverage and a chance to push your party and show how united we are.
Maybe that's it. They're just totally afraid to do it. Hey, if we don't do it, we're going
to miss out on a couple of nights of millions of viewers.
And sound bites and everything else that people talk about all day and the next day.
Trey?
Thank you. I got a room full of people.
I know, but you know Trey for how many years?
Well, I'm thinking about other things.
All right. Trey still.
Thanks. Does the new Manning audio have to do with the conventions?
It actually, really more has to do with the media's attack on Bristol Palin. And
is he defending her?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Which cut is that? Is it under Manning sermons?
No, it's under Daily Audio.
All right.
And it's Manning fierce prayer for Bristol Palin.
Okay, so he's finally come out for somebody, not just against Obama.
Yeah, but see, this is an interesting little deal because he explains why Obama's mama is trash, but Bristol Palin isn't.
Oh, this ought to be good.
All right. Which cut?
One kind of just sets everything up.
All right, I'll listen to that.
We need to pray about what the media is doing to Senator John McCain's vice presidential pick, Sarah Palin's daughter, Bristol Palin. You know, the girl's 17 years old. Is that right? She's pregnant. She's 5 months pregnant. She's pregnant by some guy named Levi, and he's a hockey player or something like that. And anyway, she's pregnant. The senator knew she was pregnant when he asked Palin to be his vice presidential running mate. She knew it. They all knew it. It wasn't anything that they were trying to hide. But the media's jumping all over this and trying to make it look like a poor judgment issue on behalf of the senator and on behalf of the vice presidential.
He better have a freaking good twist on this, because the entire rampage at Obama about his mama being a white whore, there's not really a way to spin out of this.
He tries.
All right. Go to the next clip.
It depends. If you want to go to him explaining why Obama's mom is trash,
yeah,
that's cut 4.
Okay.
So now, listen, post this up. Now, we got to post this up. Got to get this up. Got to get this out, because if they want to attack Sarah Palin and her daughter Bristol, who is not trash. And listen, when I stated about a year ago that Obama's mama was trash, it did not mean, nor did I intend to convey that any white woman was trash, or that every white woman was trash, or any white woman that got pregnant without being married was trash. I never intended to convey that. That was never my intent. My mama told me, and I trust my mama, and her mama told her, and she trusts her mama, and I trust both of them. But my mama told me back in the 50s and the 60s, the only kind of white woman that would take up with a black man back in the 50s and the 60s was a trashy white woman.
Chewy. This could be the missing link.
Yeah.
We haven't figured out, possibly up until now, why Reverend Manning has had this boner for Obama and his white mama, short of the rhyming.
Yes.
Is because she was hanging out with a black guy.
Okay, so he turns out to be the biggest racist on the planet.
No, his mama and her mama was. It ain't his fault.
Here we go back to...
My mama told me I trust my mama. Her mama told her that. All of them said that. White woman hang out with a black man.
So you come from the biggest racist family there is.
No.
Yes. That's exactly what you just said.
Man,
it's okay that the white 17-year-old get pregnant, but Obama's mom and not.
According to Reverend Manning's, because she's not hanging out with a colored feller.
How does somebody not put their foot up this guy's rear?
I don't know yet.
From my intent. My mama told me, and I trust my mama, and her mama told her, and she trusts her mama.
And this is just his another way that he uses, another one of his utilities of, this isn't coming from me.
Oh, yeah.
Normally it comes from the Bible or God, but this one comes from my mama. I'm not going to have anybody question my mama. My mama said, white woman hanging out with a black man, that bitch is trash. That's for my mama. Say something about my mama.
Your mama's a whore.
I trust both of them. But my mama told me back in the 50s and the 60s, the only kind of white woman that would take up with a black man back in the 50s and the 60s was a trashy white woman. The only kind of white woman that would take up with a black man.
Yeah, JD, you're right. I'm surprised there ain't a bunch of white trash women and black guys beating his ass.
Absolutely. Maybe they just don't hear this. I saw a little bitty clip on one of the news shows of him. It was like 2 seconds, but it didn't give the whole story. So somebody's picked up on his garbage.
What was the clip?
Again, it was in here, so I didn't hear what they were talking about. But it was literally
you saw his face on
just
TV.
His face on TV for like 2 seconds.
All right.
Woman that would take up with a black man back in the 50s and the 60s was a trashy white woman. The only kind of white woman that would take up with a black man.
And I can tell you right now, they're a bunch of rednecks sitting in their trucks nodding their heads up and down.
Say it to us, brother.
Was a trashy white woman.
I'm going to roll my window down so somebody else can hear this.
God, I got these new speakers.
Take up with a black man back in the 50s and the 60s was a trashy white woman. The only kind of white woman that would take up with a black man in the 50s and the 60s was a sloozy, was a floozy, was a low-life snail-eating white woman. That's the kind of woman that Obama's mama was. And that's what my...
So in the 50s and the 60s, when it was taboo, if you stepped outside of racism and said, I'm going to go out with this guy, I couldn't care less where he's from.
Correct.
Instead of being somebody that's not racist, you're trash.
Yes. According to his mama and his mama, you're garbage. The only kind of woman that would do that.
All right. God. Hey, you know the rednecks are still nodding.
You go.
Hell yeah. Play the rest of that.
eating white woman. That's the kind of woman that Obama's mama was. And that's what my mama told me. And if you don't like it, go tell my mama that you don't like it. But my mama told me, and my mama's mama told her, and all the mamas in the community of black saw those trashy white...
to get together.
Don't come to me with this. It ain't me saying it. I just repeat what all the mamas say. Mama after mama after mama. It's like one of them damn Flex commercials. It just spread. That's all I know. That's what I growed up with.
That's all he would say.
White nasty floozy hoe. Snail eater.
I like the snail eating part.
White women hanging around on the outskirts of town called the Black Bottom, where the black men live, hanging around on the outside of skirts of town with their skirts jacked up and their breasts showing, hoping that some of these black men would take an interest in them. They were nothing but trash.
I wouldn't go near a window for a while if I were you.
Oh, God. We're going to find, there's going to be another shoe to drop with this guy. We're going to find out in a few months. He's got some kind of sexual harassment charge against him, something. He's just so caught up with white women and their breasts. That's what this whole thing started on.
Why a sexual harassment charge?
I just mean we're going to find something deep and dark and seriously wrong with this man.
You mean besides robbery?
Besides robbery and leaving his family.
He's fessed up to those, and maybe he
God's
thought,
forgiven him.
I'm going to throw out all these things that I've done, and that's going to take away any power that anybody else that's doing digging.
Sure.
All right, I admitted armed robbery, walking away from my family.
Told God. God has forgiven me.
I talk to God on a daily basis. Man said, yeah, it's okay. I said, you sure? He said, yeah. Not everybody call God by his first name.
No.
What you, Earl? Any more of these? Because now I'm back to being fascinated.
5 and 7. I just play 5 next.
Well, this one says why Obama is trash. Is that the one I just played?
No.
Well, Obama's mama was nothing but trash, and she picked up with that African in heat, if you will, low-life, pathetic loser, drunkard, and I made the statement that Obama was born trash. Well, let's just look at the equation. His father, it is documented, was a pathetic loser, an alcoholic who couldn't hold a job, had 2 iron legs when he finally killed himself in an automobile.
What's an iron leg?
I know his father got in a car wreck and had a leg amputated, and I guess that's a prosthetic, some kind of prosthetic they were put on him.
Oh, well, I didn't know if that was a term, urban term for a couple of shotguns.
No.
Right.
Had 2 iron legs when he finally killed himself in an automobile accident. That's his daddy. That's what we got from the heritage of his daddy. His mama got knocked up by this low-life, this low-living, alcoholic, pathetic African who was already married to several other women back in Africa when she lay down with him, when she wallowed in the mire with him, when she laid in the hog path with him and got knocked up with him. She was trapped.
Yeah. If Obama doesn't win this election, it's not going to be because of this. He needs to go silly on this man.
I like that term.
Silly. There's no other way to go at it. Yeah. He bashed his mom over the past 9-10 months. It's not this badly, no, but bashed on her. Then did a sidestep and challenged Obama because he ain't got the spine to step up for his mama. I called his mama everything but what she is, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But what kind of spineless half-breed don't stand up for his mama? Woman gave birth to him, even though she's wandering around in the mud with some lycanthrope.
In the hog path with him and got knocked up with him. She was trash. That doesn't mean that Sarah Palin is, nor that her daughter. There is a distinct difference, and it needs to be clear.
So the only difference is race.
Yes. There's a racial thinking to this, which is where he's coming from, that he purports that he got from his mama. It
doesn't matter
what he's saying is, if you got a white woman hanging out with black guys, and this is what, according to his mama.
Yeah.
Because I don't want no sound bites out of my ass. In the 50s and the 60s, and probably before that, if you got a white woman hanging out with a black guy, obviously she couldn't get a white man, so she had to go out to the skirts of town, hike her dress up, and just get anything that would climb up in her. That's what he's saying.
That his mama said. Doesn't matter what your mama says. My mom said a lot of things, 200 repeat.
You what did you tell my mama?
I'll tell your mama. I'm telling you what, you're right. Obama loses this election 3 days later. Hey, buddy.
What are you doing? Bye. Another one?
Both 6 and 7 are really, I mean, 6
so far they've been stellar.
6 is funny.
Okay. How we doing, Club?
Breaking 4.
All right.
So now, if you want to talk about something, hey, let's talk about that. Hey, listen, Pastor Manning's got a new statement out.
Hold on a second. This is interesting on line 1. Yes, Logan.
Yeah, I was wondering, what if Manning's father was stolen away by a white woman when he was a kid?
That would be the angle that JD was looking for earlier. There's something in his past that's got him absolutely twisted off about a white woman and a black guy.
It's going to come out at some point.
It does seem to make no sense.
Yeah, so at a certain point, possibly his daddy ran off with a white woman, and that's why he's had a hard-on for them ever since.
Has he ever mentioned his dad?
I don't think he has. We heard about his mama.
Thanks. And his grandma.
Now, he said in the past that this has nothing to do with interracial relationships.
That's exactly what this last statement was. My mama told me white woman with black man, she ain't nothing but trash.
And then
You're going to have to sit sack and wrap her up.
And the Bristol Palin, that's perfectly okay because they're both white.
How
How in this day and age do you get away with saying that?
I don't know, but you just gave us another sound clip.
Yeah. What did I say? What'd I say? Dan, put the pen down. What'd I say?
We'll play it back.
Oh, dear God. I was saying...
What?
Did I offend someone? What did I say?
Not me.
I need to keep listening closer.
And let's see. Is that Reverend Manning? Okay, let him wait.
About Obama's mama being the trashiest thing since the Staten Island landfill. Obama's mama, if you want to talk about Sarah Palin, if you want to talk about Bristol Palin. And by the way, those of y'all who think that the media...
You could really undo his entire argument about Obama and his mama is you've had a single mother that had to raise him, and now he could be president of the United States. Obviously, she wasn't too big of a hunk of trash.
It doesn't get any better than that. You're right, coming from a single mom.
Had he ended up in abject poverty or on some wanted list, all right, possibly you could go back that route. But she took something where she had absolutely nothing and turned this guy into a presidential candidate. You shove that in your pee hole.
Absolutely.
And I really hate to be fair and unbiased, but this is pissing me off.
He is not going to run her down. You got another thing coming. They're going to run this thing as long as they can run it. And every time they mention it, post me up. Every time they mention it, send this posting over to them and see what will happen from there.
I know what's going to happen when it's over.
You're going to pull a Copperfield.
Bye.
How we doing, Chloe?
Record one.
All right. One more clip. Don't want to hear it?
7, yes.
All right.
Leave Bristol Palin alone. Otherwise, find out what your daughter's been doing. Yeah, let's find out what... John Roberts, you got a daughter? Hey.
John Roberts is...
CNN anchor.
Okay. Hey, that's a good idea.
Boy, hey, Wolf Blitzer, you got a Donna Brazile? Let's find out what y'all's homosexual children are doing. Hey, come on, let's find out what the children of these news reporters, Keith Olbermann, Chris Matthews, let's find out what your deranged, drug-dealing, Satan-worship, homosexual, sodomizing children, what are your children doing? What are they doing? Let's...
Okay, I can see one angle to this, which is I can't get Obama to come after me. I couldn't get Oprah to come after me. Maybe if I go after the news people, they'll come after me because they have nothing to lose. It's the only way reason why he would bring this up. Well, they're not in.
I don't have of everything that's come out of Reverend Manning. First blush, yeah, he's trying to get media coverage. But every time he throws this out, he's closer and closer to ending up in a civil court. And if you're calling kids, all the different anchors he named off, had he called them that, probably nothing would have happened. But if he's calling their children that, they're probably a lot closer to acting on that because, all right, I'm not standing up for myself, but you're not going to call my child, whatever he ran through the list of. I'd like to hear it again.
Chris Matthews, let's find out what your deranged, drug-dealing, Satan-worship, homosexual, sodomizing children, what are your children doing? What are they doing? Let's see if we can't get that up on the internet. Let's go to Facebook and see what are your young ones doing. Yeah, why don't we do that? Since it's public nonsense, everybody's children are public property. Let's find out what your drug-using, Satanist, homosexual bestiality... Whoa!
Oh, I was waiting for that. There's no way he's going to leave out dog screwing.
I didn't see that one coming.
Using Satanist, homosexual bestiality, children are doing and what you are doing to them. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Might as well get it all out in the open, don't you think? Might as well bring it, since you want to bring it out about Bristol Palin, let's see what your young'uns are doing. Yeah! What's good for the goose ought to be good for the gander. Pot shouldn't be able to call the kettle black without expecting the same kind of a response.
He's never said anything about me, but I'd like to beat his ass.
Doesn't he have some kids? Let's find out what they're up to.
I don't know what he's got. As far as his family goes, I've never heard him make any reference short of his mama.
His mama. Oh, man.
And now instead of getting his sermons from the Bible, it's just coming from his mama and her mama. And that's not something you can challenge. You can't challenge my mama.
Well, I can.
My mama is a good woman.
Well, I don't know.
She told me something, I believe it. You got a white woman hanging out with a black fella? I ain't nothing but trash.
That's racist.
Get out there, have the slip sack, let's go.
So, want to talk about Bristol Palin? Let's talk about that piece of trash called Obama's mama. Want to talk about Bristol Palin? Let's talk about that trash that hatched Obama. Yeah.
And Obama may not do this himself.
No, he won't.
But he could probably go out and for $35, $40 find somebody with pipes that would visit in the stink of the night. As much abuse as he's thrown out.
Just calling people's kids the horrible thing. I can't even repeat it.
He's run out of venues.
I guess you're right.
He's hit mamas, he's hit reverends.
So you think
he's had different people associated with Obama. Ain't nobody left but to go after the media's kids.
So you're thinking this thing is to get in court, get a civil trial up, that way at least he is an actual news story?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because if he loses, that's not going to do him or his church.
Oh, he's done.
There'll be no benefit there. And I understand you got a certain protection under the, which one? First Amendment. You got that.
To a certain point.
But I think you get to an issue of saying that some of these kids are screwing dogs.
Satanists.
Be able to call the kettle black without expecting the same kind of a response. So, you want to talk about Bristol Palin? Let's talk about that piece of trash called Obama's mama. Want to talk about Bristol Palin? Let's talk about that trash that hatched Obama. Yeah. Want to talk? Let's get down and dirty. If you want to get down and dirty, come on. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. But you won't start something. It's sure enough. You can start it. I'll end it for you. So. There you have it.
It just ran out of words.
The only end I can see is having his ass smacked around in civil court.
Well, that'd be, yeah.
Or after church one night. What were you going to say, Trey?
Yeah, it's just, you wonder where the combination of free speech and religion, how much he can hide behind.
There must be a pretty good sheath between the legal system and Manning. And maybe it's a combination of two. But you've got free speech and you're also behind the pulpit. So obviously it's harder to get to him. But you call my mama now.
Or my kid.
Or if I had kids. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to make some calls.
He's not even hiding behind the Bible anymore. God didn't tell him this anymore. He's just saying it.
Came from his family.
His family never said that Keith Olbermann's kids screw dogs. No.
Yes, did. We talked about it all the time.
No, I don't believe so.
You hear what Larry King's kids do. And they'll do it on a Friday. Break here.
Yes.
All right. Only one eating meat.
What?
But they were sucking.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
That you, Dan?
What up? Yes.
And the phone to Big Stacy's in the back of the room. Let him read traffic.
There you go.
Once you do those 2 arrows.
All right, take it back.
That traffic report brought to you by DART. Right now in Dallas, 175 the CF on Freeway eastbound at Hatcher Street. There's an accident which has the center lane and the left lane blocked. And that has traffic stacked up to Woodall Rogers. Also in Irving, 183 eastbound at O'Connor. That accident has actually been cleared, but traffic is still unwinding back to Story Road.
I'll let him try one more time.
Okay, here we go.
Last arrow at the bottom. This one right here? You sure you want me to read that on air? Yeah. There's a bunch of niggas driving crazy.
Go ahead, Dan.
You heard it here first. This is News Radio 1080 KRLD.
68 for the late night. Mid-90s over the weekend. 89 now. You're at
News Radio 1080.
Send me my Marconi.
Yeah, let Gavin deal with the phone calls. All right. Pick up with news.
Sure. All right.
I got totally burnt out on Manning, but now I've got this revival going on. With all the new stuff with the revelations about Bristol Palin.
Yeah, that's been, I mean, he's putting stuff out now every day. I mean, he does his own 30-minute news report every night. But that by far has been the winner. And he's got a point if he would just stay away from the personal attacks.
Which point?
The media is hammering Bristol Palin and Sarah Palin, completely ignoring the fact that Obama's mother was in the same situation. Pregnant at 17.
Well, the biggest reason that they're going after, what's Palin's chick named, Mama?
Bristol. Oh, Sarah
Palin. From what I can gather is her advocacy of abstinence only, and her daughter gets knocked up.
Okay, it didn't work. But you know what? It's still, the rule has always been kids are off limits.
No, and that's a valid point. Obama's been steadfast with that. Again, Obama couldn't say anything because his mama was 18 when he was born.
He even brought that up himself.
I can't. You know they're going to do it. There has to be. There doesn't have to be any type of justification. They're going to go after her. Well, her daughter's pregnant, and she's a big faith-based governor, and the only thing she believes in is telling kids don't. Well, it didn't work with her kid. Can't run her family. Then it's going to transcend to the White House.
No, this is about a 3-day story. They have to get off this.
But they haven't. I mean, this is now, we're going into a week, and it hadn't. And it's just.
Well, what's left to cover with Bristol Palin? All right, she's 17. Great big set of cans. Bless them both. What else is there to say about her? Short of the fact she let some guy named after pants screw her.
Why was this a 5-day story to begin with? Just for the fact, I always hate to say this, but there is such a bias towards Obama with most of the media. I mean, I was at 7-Eleven today.
There's not a bias against Obama?
For Obama.
Oh, for Obama. Okay, I'm sorry. You're right.
I mean, I was at 7-Eleven today. 3 magazines all have him on the cover. At just one week. I mean, that's...
Well, didn't somebody stick Bristol on the cover of one?
Yeah, like Us Weekly is, this big gossip,
Us Weekly. Not quite Time.
It's still a periodical.
No, well, yes, it's a periodical, but not quite up there where he is. And
there was a horror weekly.
There was a report a few weeks ago.
This month's featured horror.
Put the fold out. But there was a report that said, story for story, Obama gets almost twice what McCain does.
Well, again, McCain might be better to run this country. He just doesn't come off.
No, we want
with as much charisma, and charisma is going to be a big part of the way this election plays out. And it's always been a popularity contest. And Obama right now is the big man on campus.
He's the whiz bang kid. He's the fireworks guy. He's everything else. You're right.
You got one of the vice principals running for president. Now, who are you going to vote for? If it was a high school, think of it in simplistic terms because it's really what we're dealing with.
You're absolutely
Who's going to win? The football guy or Vice Principal McCain.
You're right. It's going to be the football guy just because it's a popularity contest. And we have said this for years and years. It's how somebody comes across. It's how someone looks. Hopefully, in the next couple of months, we can get around that and say, but look what McCain has done.
I think possibly the 3 presidential debates will take care of that. I think Governor Palin only has to go through 1, which ain't near enough.
Is it just 1?
Yeah. VPs normally only do 1.
It's just her and Biden. How hard is that going to be?
Did you hear what Matt Lauer said, cut number 13 in my Palin file? Matt Lauer was talking to Biden about when they go head-to-head. This is kind of funny because Biden suddenly don't have no words.
Palin file. What cut?
13. This is with Matt Lauer.
I'm not running for president because...
That's my fault.
We're going to get some head-to-head picture there when you two go at each other in a debate. And if I'm Sarah Palin, not to put words in Governor Palin's mouth, I'm going to say this about you. I'm going to say, look, you have no executive experience. I'm the governor of a state. I balance a budget. My state holds the key to 20% of this country's energy reserves. The buck stops with me. I'm not one of 100 voices in the U.S. Senate. How are you going to answer it?
Let's get it home.
Well, listen, let's see how he answers it.
You'll hear it when I answer it.
Well, give me a preview a little bit, because that's a subject that we're going to be talking about a lot over the next 6 weeks.
Look, I'm not going to give you a preview. The truth of the matter is that I've got a record that is, in terms of accomplishment in the United States Senate and this country, that I am very proud of.
All right. Poke in the eye. Well, what about the fact that she's run something and you're one of 100 voices? That's going to come out. What's your answer?
He's also been, what is he, Biden?
United States Senator.
Yeah, he's been that for how long?
28 years, I think.
Long time.
Okay, so he's been a senator for that long, and what has he done?
So
we're in a mess right now, so he's responsible for the mess.
He's only one guy.
Well, one of 100. What have you done? What have you done?
Well, it's 1 out of 100 out of the entire legislative process. And he's not the only person making all these decisions.
And in 2 years, look what she's done. She's actually made a difference in Alaska.
She had one state. A state.
That's
that was probably comprised of 4 people.
It's not 4 people. It's not a lot. But it's not 4 people. But yeah, you're right. Still, she also got a state that's, as Trey has said, a little bit heavy on the oil.
It's still our state.
Oh, well,
if she's not elected VP, it's not like she's going to pinch it off.
I'm aware of that. I just think that is going to be something that's going to be brought up. And the fact that Biden, I got an answer for everything, didn't have an answer for that.
Well, he's got the fact of the matter is, Biden got out of law school, and just on a lark, they put him on the ballot to unseat this congressman that was incredibly popular, and he won.
Well, regardless of his history, JD's right. He didn't have an answer.
No.
If she hits you with this, what are you going to do? We're going to get it on.
But he has no real-world experience. He's really never had a job other than being a politician.
All right. She's been governor for a couple of years.
And mayor for, 5 or 7 years?
All right. Small-town mayor. A lot of people can get that gig.
Okay, but she's run a business. She's balanced the budget as a mayor, as a governor. She can't...
She's got a big bush.
Will you just for a moment get back to politics?
I won't. You got somebody that hot running for VP. That's all I'm going to think about. I don't care what she's done in her past. I know she has sex.
Clearly.
And it runs in the family.
It certainly does. You can actually maybe vote now that she's in the race.
That's enough to get me out of the house.
Wow, that's all it took is a hot chick to get you to vote.
Well, McCain needed some type of pizzazz to go along with his campaign. Not his fault that he's not as mobile as Obama, but you're just looking at an old man running for president. Granted, probably the best to go with this situation, but you needed somebody to spice things up and make the younger demos think somebody's going to be there for them, and ain't no better way to go than with a cougar.
And I forgot who said it. I'm not even sure. Maybe it was McCain himself. But 2 years from now, we get attacked again. Okay, who do you really want sitting in that office?
I said that.
Oh, well, I've heard other people say it too. But who do you want in that office?
Well, why not quote me since I'm standing here?
Well, because you're not exactly a political leader. You weren't even going to vote until 2 minutes ago.
It's still a valid point.
Well, all right.
Something happens to McCain in his early 70s. He's already having moles cut off every couple of weeks. All of a sudden, something happens, and then Governor Milf is now president.
No, I was talking about what if we get attacked. Would you rather McCain in charge, we'd rather Obama in charge. We get attacked again. And Trey said, we probably will happen. And he's probably right. In the next 12 to 18 months, something else will happen. We've been unbelievably blessed that nothing has up until now.
And even more so now that we got Palin.
Oh, Jesus, will you let that go? Stop with the boosh.
Oh, I'm sure she's got to let it grow living in Alaska.
And you like that, I know. You like that.
That's my favorite.
You like the Alaskan boosh.
Just when the pantaloons come off, it just makes that noise from the air hitting on the fur.
This is our vice president candidate.
She ain't in the White House yet. I can say whatever I want.
So you can say it later, too, for that matter. But you will, I'm sure. We'll have 4 years of this.
The first clam.
God. We'll have some sound effect that'll come out of this. And every time we do a story on her, and today, Palin.
What the hell would I have that would work?
Flame.
What?
Flame.
You think your clam's on fire?
No, flame sound effect.
Shut up. Dan, read anything. Flames.
Well, it's
my Fuego.
Look. Well, it's estimated that 3 in 4 women will get a yeast infection.
That's right. Thanks to global warming. Who wants fajitas? Well, just how amazing. Now, clothes turn Governor Palin's clam into fire-breathing dragon. I actually make my clam live underneath the stairs. No. Back down, Spot.
Very nice.
It's estimated that 3 in 4 women will get a yeast infection at some point in their life.
And there's only one way out of it. Finance it up. Like driving down 75 by Mrs. Baird in the morning. Smell it in the wind.
We've lost it.
Here's a list of tips from the American Academy of Family Physicians, which can...
Maybe they'll take us on a tour and give us a miniature clam.
to help you avoid getting a yeast infection. Number 1, don't
clean the thing out.
Number 1, don't wear clothing that's too tight and avoid clothes made of synthetic materials. Number 2, wear cotton underwear as often as you can. 3, avoid wearing pantyhose or a leotard every day. Don't know who really still wears that. 4, stay in a wet swimsuit or damp clothing for longer than is necessary. 5, avoid all deodorized feminine hygiene products.
Avoid it?
Avoid. Kills the natural bacteria down there that's supposed to keep you clean.
Oh. I wonder if that's what was in progress with that chick I went out with 3 or 4 years ago.
No doubt, that's exactly what was happening.
Where we actually got nude, and I went to visit it, and it had expired.
Previously passed.
It'd been living under the stairs.
This thing is dead.
No, it's not.
It ceased to exist. And don't tell me it's sleeping. I know that's probably a very painful and embarrassing thing to go through, but good God, don't expect somebody to stick their face down there if you've got something like that going on and you had it wrapped up in cotton panties all day.
You have to know it. And you'd think if you knew that was coming on, run to the bathroom.
You know, she had to know. I could smell it at the other end of the bedroom. You think she ain't 3 feet away from it?
She may be used to it too. Well, that's
not feasible.
That's how it always smells. It's natural.
I can tell when my business stinks, and at least I'll go get a wash rag, especially if I'm about to have sex. Just don't sit in something all day and then pop it out and expect me to enjoy it.
Natural juices. I've been sitting in them all day. I'm soaking in it.
Normally, when I think of oral sex, I don't think of marination. I don't like things from marinade.
Did she ever know that you were so turned off and grossed out by that?
She had to be. I was licking the bedposts.
No, really, I like this particular bedpost. This one came from Ashley.
Go out in the living room, start licking on her purse outside. I'm not licking on that. I'm going any place where that's not. Because as soon as you get down there, you go, hey, let's lick the knees for a while. I'll be sensuous, and I'll work my way back up to it. Still there.
Poke his little head out. You still here?
Put a trap out with some cheese on it, see if we can fetch that thing. Set a feeder up on the other side of the bedroom.
I'll get a net. Catch it.
When it comes out, I'm going to club it. I don't care what Greenpeace says. I want to take any of those, Alfie.
Robert's online for you. He's got a pretty good point.
Okay. Yes, Robert.
Hey, boss. I've always thought it's interesting, it's hilariously so, that the Democrats have held themselves out forever as the party of the common man, and yet their candidate lives in $1 million mansion. Both he and his wife are attorneys. He graduated Harvard Law, which is like $125,000 a year to get into, and their kids go to private school. But that's the common man.
Well, I think the way that he tries to undo any of that is look where he came from, and he didn't always have this $1 million house, and he didn't always have access to this cash. And really, if given what he started with, you give him credit for making it anywhere.
Oh yeah, I have no problem with saying that he's a charismatic leader and could probably, be wonderful as president. What I have a problem with is the policies that he's come up with are absolutely stupid.
Yeah, thanks, Robert. I haven't looked at it yet. Some author sent me a book. I don't know how much of it's accurate, so I'll read it for a while.
What's it called?
It's called The Audacity of Deceit, Barack Obama's War on American Values.
Really? So the anti-books are already popping out?
You want to hear some of the things that the author reveals about Obama? And again, I don't know if there's any truth to this. This is just their news pitch.
All right, you can put anything in the book you want to, I guess.
He plans to raise taxes from the low rate of 28% under Ronald Reagan to the economy-destroying 60% rate under Herbert Hoover. Trey, you know what that means?
He's not going to raise taxes that high. That's ridiculous.
All right. It says he will wage a trade war that would eliminate 10 million American jobs.
Well, I don't see how he could do that. We've done a pretty good job of that ourselves.
All right. Plans to choke off America's domestic energy resources and send gas and electricity prices through the roof.
Well, I mean, he's against any more drilling or anything like that. I mean, he's come out tepidly and said, okay, it's okay to drill offshore, but okay.
Okay, what?
He's not for nuclear energy. He's for stuff we don't really have yet, so I can see where they can say he's going to drive energy costs to the roof.
All right. I tell you what, why don't you read that one? Because I'm still working on William Shatner's book.
Okay.
Where are you in that?
The T.J. Hooker chapter.
Anything good there?
No. Just talks about being a cop.
Did anybody like him on the set, or did anyone?
Yeah, actually, people on the T.J. Hooker set liked him. It was Star Trek. Nobody could stand his ass.
And he did.
In fact, in the book, it said, I can't remember his real name, but Scotty wouldn't talk to him. And this was even after they had done the 4 or 5 Star Trek movies in the 80s. Still wouldn't say dick to him.
That's kind of funny. If you're a really selfish actor, though, then people don't want to work with you.
According to his book, he had no clue people couldn't stand his ass from Star Trek.
That's ridiculous, because as an actor, when the tension is on the set, and when you're stealing lines and stealing scenes from people, everybody knows you.
He thought he was just standing up for himself, trying to get as much. I'm an actor. I want to act. I want to have as much screen time as possible. He said he didn't come to that revelation until he was interviewing Nichelle Nichols, Uhura, for, I guess, one of his other biographies. And she gave him, the stuff he wanted. She goes, now let me tell you why I can't stand you.
Really?
And that's where it finally dawned on him that people don't like me.
I just can't imagine working on a set with people all the time and not getting the fact that you're really not. He had to have worked in smaller productions where there were actors that steal scenes and steal lines. And the guys that won't come out of their trailer when they're not on camera to feed you lines. Those are
according to him. It was never with malice.
Was he drinking back then? Did he go through an alcoholic period?
I didn't read any of that in the book.
Okay, because I know Leonard Nimoy did.
He was the main character. I mean, and he may have just such a big ego that he thought, I'm the star.
I'm bigger than
I should get all these scenes. It should be of no consequence.
In fact, I'm doing them a favor. I'm keeping them from having to learn other lines.
I can't really.
It's actually worth buying. You don't have to be a William Shatner fan. It helps because he talks about Star Trek, T.J. Hooker, Boston Legal, whatever else he did. His wife drowning.
Okay.
Probably killed herself to get away from him.
When you're done with it,
scene stealing hack.
When you're done with it, pass it over.
Why don't you go buy a copy?
Well, you're going to be done with it. Why should I go buy a copy?
It's illegal.
It's not illegal. Did you buy it? Did you get it free?
Somebody sent it to me.
Oh, so you got it for free? Give it to your buddy.
No. Any more of those, Alfie?
Scene stealer.
Guy online, the woman online too is a little upset with Trey.
Oh, good. How long before we need a break, Chloe?
2.
Michelle, you got 2 minutes.
Okay. Russ, I love you. Just want to tell you that. Trey, everyone knows that you are a Republican. McCain probably should have married you instead of Sid because you ride his Peter more than she does. Now, Obama, okay. Everyone's entitled to their opinion and everything. At least Russ and Jay are on the fence about their decision on how to vote. But anytime anyone says anything about Obama, you jump right to McCain's defense. He's an old man that's going to croak in maybe 6 months. Why would we need a president like that? And in the 50s and 60s, that was the thing. For young women to have babies at 16 and 17 years old. They were married then with husbands in the 50s and 60s. That's what their role was.
Obama's mama wasn't.
Okay, that's fine.
And all I said was, don't ride on Bristol Palin if you're not going to mention that Obama's mother was in the same position.
Okay, but now, I understand that. It is the new century and everything, and girls get pregnant now at 12 and 13, which I understand that. At least she's in a position where she doesn't have to be on the system with her baby. That's great.
Well, being on the system that's not going to come into play. It's the only thing for me, and it's not going to affect who I vote for or why, is my biggest problem with Governor Palin is she thinks teaching kids just not to have sex and not talking about contraceptives or any other tools that you can give them. She thinks that's the way to go. Obviously, that ain't the case because your little whore got knocked up.
I understand that. That is, because that's stupid. She needs to teach them both sides of it, not just abstinence, because no child is just abstinent at that age.
Hang on a second. Trey just mouthed something to me. What? Well, he said he's not going to vote for Obama because he's colored.
I saw that, too.
That's fine.
I believe you said that.
That's fine. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, and I love you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Hey, the last time we elected...
That's wrong.
Last time we elected a president in his 70s, probably the greatest president of the 20th century.
Reagan?
Yeah. So I don't make as big of an issue of the age deal as I think some people do.
Well, and again, this really isn't a question of whether Governor... What was McCain? Senator. All right. Whether he can live a full and healthy life. But when you went through 5 years of abject torture, that might shorten your lifespan.
It might, but have you looked at his mother, who's 92?
She didn't go through a POW camp.
But she's 92.
Well, they drag them in along with them? We got you. Where's your mama? Where's your mama?
I'll tell you where my mama
We're getting in here.
I ain't telling you where my mama is. I ain't going to tell you.
All right. Where's your dad? What's his mom got to do with this?
I'm just saying, obviously, there's part of his genetics that lead to a very long, productive life. At 92, she's still
getting the piss beat out of you for 5 years is probably going to do some type of genetics.
Hey, there are a lot of war veterans that had very rough times that have made it, look at World War I people that made it into their hundreds. I mean,
were they all tortured?
No.
Okay. I'm just saying that might have taken a toll on him.
It might have.
But I'm okay with that because he's got Governor Cougar.
Oh, Jesus. Rare. Damn.
And if something happens to him, she becomes the first cougar.
Gonna have to repaint the plane.
For what?
Little stripes and stuff on it.
No.
Cougar one.
You're not repainting the plane.
Some claw scratches on the front.
Yeah.
No. Air Force One.
Talons at the end of each wing. Actually, they'd just be claws.
Yeah, I understand.
Talon's more patriotic. Don't make her sound like much of a whore. Do we need a break? All right.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. We're back to the Russ Martin Show.
Alfie, what's line 2?
She was originally going to vote for McCain, but something changed her mind.
All right. Yes, Becca.
Yeah, actually, I was originally going to vote for McCain, but I changed my mind whenever he chose Palin as his running mate, because it seems like the only reason why he did that was to pander to the women, as if the only reason why any woman was behind Hillary was because she was a woman. On top of that, how can this woman preach family values, abstinence, or safe sex when she has got a 17-year-old child, unmarried, and knocked up?
Well, you got two different ways to go with that. You could, McCain's campaign could come back with, we always wanted a female VP candidate, but if Hillary ended up in that position, obviously we were going to look like we were pandering. They didn't take advantage of it, so we did. He could go that route. You know what? I'm with you. I think a big portion of this was, let's throw her in there. You got all the chicks that are pissed off because Hillary didn't make either role. Let's go with this and see who we can get.
Well, but there is
You
don't mind if she talks.
It's really sad and pathetic, and it seriously, reduced my opinion of McCain. I'm no longer going to vote for him. I'll find somebody else.
Hang on a second, Becca.
Sure.
Trey, why don't you pull your headphones off?
Because I can't stand stupid people.
She's not stupid.
No, she is.
You don't know that.
There's much more to
Put your headphones back on and you've listened to this woman. Tell Trey just what you told me. Put your headphones back on. Go ahead, Becca.
Trey, in all honesty, the only reason why McCain chose a woman was because he was trying to pander to the women in hopes that he could gain their vote.
Turn your headphones back up.
His only reason for doing that was because he thought the only reason why women were backing Hillary Clinton was because she was a woman. Her sex has absolutely nothing to do with politics. This woman is a nobody. She's from Alaska. How many?
She was voted the most popular governor. She's a conservative. That's what conservatives wanted. He needed someone who is for the far right.
No.
That's why. Yes. Go ask Mark Davis. Go ask any of the real conservative commentators, and they will tell you he needed someone to balance the fact that he is very middle of the road, and the far right doesn't like that. Yes.
I grew up in
did her
let her talk?
Family, and this woman
dare
I've never heard of.
Listeners. Thank you, Becca.
How dare he?
Just because somebody sounds stupid doesn't mean you throw the headphones off. Otherwise, I'd have sold mine. Just from the people in this room. And that's still an aspect, an angle that you can take, is he did it just to be pandering. It's a valid point. Because at first blush, when everybody heard it, that's what most people thought. Well, you got a chick just to try and drag some of the Hillary voters over.
Yes, but there are things that if you study politics, I mean, she was one of those people. She was like the top 10 GOP up-and-comers. Most popular governor, voted by the governors.
Maybe that was a beauty contest.
No, she's just generally well-liked and well-respected.
Because I've seen most of the governors. Short of Perry, I'd pick her. It'd be tight.
you imagine what a couple they would make is running Barbie and Ken for president?
Who?
If Perry and
that's stupid. Shut up.
Hooked up. They're the only two good-looking people in politics I can think of.
Biden ain't bad.
Oh, dear God. Biden?
I'd squeeze one off to him in a pinch.
Step back.
Senator McCain needed somebody, maybe this chick was the only one that fit the bill, to add some type of youth and charisma to the campaign because he ain't got it. And to get in the White House, he's going to need more than just being a stand-up guy.
Absolutely.
Probably the best guy for the job, but he just doesn't come across as being electric.
No, he doesn't have any, as we said earlier, no whiz-bang, no fireworks and anything like that. At first blush, I got to agree with the chick. It does look like he's pandering. That's why we get to know this chick and get to know what she's done, and the more you hear about her, the more she's...
I don't care what she's done as long as she don't shave.
Oh, my God.
Johnny's outside with the dogs?
Yes.
Chloe, you want to go fetch them? Line 5? Okay. Yes, Teresa.
I agree with Trey. That lady's a crazy bitch.
Thank you.
And you don't think that it's really something worth exploring is maybe he just grabbed Governor Palin to appeal to the chicks?
I think that out of all the women he could have chosen, he chose the right one.
All right, but
I think
why?
He has a lot of experience.
All right, out of all the women he could have chosen, right, Governor Palin may be the best. But what was the reason for picking a female?
What difference does it make? What reason he picked them? I mean, he just picked somebody who he thought was going to make a good position. And who doesn't do what they have to win?
Well, that's fair enough. I don't care what she does as long as that thing stays full and bushy. Nice.
Stop it.
You know, up in Alaska, there ain't no reason to shave that thing.
I'm quite sure she needs it for warmth. As much hair as she can get, but get off it.
Probably something in her pants the size of Eddie Boom Boom Washington's hair.
No, I don't think so. I know. It makes that noise.
Juan Epstein. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Russ.
Speaking of pussies.
No.
What kind of cat is that?
Okay. Well, today our animals from Dallas Animal Services. We have 2 dogs and a kitty. Mm-hmm. And this is a beautiful little tabby tortie. A little bit medium hair. Her name is Kaufman for some reason. And she's about...
Maybe she got hit by a tire.
Maybe. I don't think so. She seems in perfectly good health.
Okay.
She is just an adorable little kitty. Short coat, but she has kind of a medium... long coat on her tail.
Okay, that's a great sell job. How old is she?
She's about 3 to 4 months old.
Okay.
And she is already spayed, vaccinated, negative for all the cat diseases, and she's ready to go.
Feline, leukemia, everything?
Exactly.
All right. How old is she?
About 3 to 4 months old. About 3.5 months old.
All right. Well, drop her off the console and get another thing up there.
Okay, so the dogs are...
Now, what is that a Jack Russell?
Yes, that's a wire-haired Jack Russell Terrier, very much like Eddie on Frasier. To me, looks just like Eddie.
But there's happens so much, I mean, like twice the size of a normal Jack Russell.
No. They can be larger and they can be smaller, so...
What's his name?
His name is Gibson, and he's about 2 years old.
Does he know his name?
He came in with it that way, so he may or may not. I don't know.
Gibson.
He's a very friendly little guy, but he doesn't like kids.
All right. Well, what's the little black dog?
The little tricolor terrier mix named Binx, B-I-N-X, and he is only about 7 months old. Very
that's right.
Sweet.
We were in the hall, and I picked up the little black dog. What breed is he?
You don't have to tell that.
What breed?
He's a terrier mix, maybe a little rat terrier.
Little Binx? Okay.
I picked him up. I went, well, you're just a little prince. Because he's female. When this dog's got a Peter.
Well,
hang on a shush. No, he doesn't. I held the dog up and went, that's a Peter. Now, I don't know how long you've been dealing with animals, but this one is a Peter.
Right here.
When they come in, you check for that, and that's going to help you out with the gender. Do what you want, but if they got one of these, it's a male or a tranny.
Tranny dog.
And I appreciate that lesson. I always wondered how people told.
Peter's the big way to go.
Okay, now I know. So he is a boy, and you were right.
Now, the Jack Russell is a what?
Is a boy, Gibson.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive. So, and all three of these are on the website, and we now have a very easy to remember web address. We can also...
I bet you never tell it to us.
DallasAnimalServices.petfinder.com. And also, you can go to russmartin.com, and it's on your website.
Front of my page.
Yeah.
Why don't you just go for the initials?
Because you wouldn't really think to look up DAS.
No, well, nobody's going to type in, what is it?
DallasAnimalServices.petfinder.com.
They ain't going to get that.
RussMartin.com.
That's right. What's a dog in the back hacking for?
Because he doesn't like the leash. He'd rather be running around the room instead of...
turn him loose.
Okay, Rogelio, you can just take the leash off.
What's his name?
Rogelio.
No, the dog. Well, hang on a second. Rogelio, come here.
Give it a shot.
Rogelio knows his name.
He's had it for a while. Gibson.
Rogelio, you can come.
Like, aren't there guitars or something that are Gibsons?
Gibson, come here.
Pianos or something.
Gibson. Yeah. Gibson. Come here. Gibson.
Well, don't yell at him.
Well, he finally came. Come here. All right, come on. Here you go.
So what do you think he weighs? About 20 pounds?
I would say that much, maybe 14.
So see, Trey, he's small.
Trey, you want this one?
He's awfully cute.
Take this one.
There are 2 Great Dane mixes, Harlequin Great Dane mixes at Dallas Animal Services. I saw them today. 7 months old, male and female.
I'll pay for this one, Trey. I'll pay for it.
Watch your drink there. He's about to sit in it.
Actually, it's my spit cup.
Oh, okay.
Is he in heat?
No, male dogs don't get in heat.
Oh. You got a
they
heart?
Get in lust, but...
Got a heart on?
This went right over to Trey.
Yeah, he just walked across the console of Trey.
Well, but get little Binks, too. He's...
No, this one, his name is Gibson. Trey, I tell you what, take Gibson, and I'll throw in Trujillo in the back. You want to go home?
Rogelio.
Yeah. You want that one? I'll get Gibson and Rohypnol. Take them both.
I'm working on Trey on the Great Dane mixes.
You don't want to get that one adopted?
Oh, yeah, sure.
You want Gibson?
I want them all adopted.
I think about that.
It's a very important decision. You can't put him on the spot with it. But
yeah, I can.
Okay. Well,
plus,
you're his boss.
What's his name?
Rogelio.
Rogelio probably needs a good house.
Don't forget Binks.
Well, I'm talking about Rogelio. How long you been with the shelter?
About 5 months.
Pee in the toilet? See?
Dear Lord.
We need a break for Ligas?
Yes.
All right. All right. Give the shelter out one more time, and if there's a phone number, give her...
DallasAnimalServices.petfinder.com or RussMartin.com. All the information's on the website.
Okay. No phone number?
Yes, but all the information's on the website.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. The perfect remedy for stress. The Russ Martin Show.
JD, this IMUS audio on your disc, is it audio I've already heard?
It is, yes, it's part of what we heard yesterday. But I pulled it out again, just IMUS.
IMUS on the Republican convention?
Right. He's talking about Palin.
I thought he'd lost his mind I thought this was insane. Then I turned on my wife last night when she started in, she was about 5 minutes in. I said,
How's he have any type of job in broadcasting. I wouldn't stick him on the speaker at Jack in the Box.
I just think over time he's probably gotten older and worse than when he first started out.
He just got the new gig with, is it ABC?
Yes. Because he's got the name.
Wherever he is, $22 million?
Yeah.
But he has a huge audience, huge following.
They don't know what he's saying.
Well, that I'm aware. But somehow they figure it out.
I thought he'd lost his mind when I just thought this was insane. Then I turned on my wife.
I thought McCain lost his mind. It's insane. I turned to my wife. I said, Chinook, look at me picking for VP. He's a damn Indian.
Not an Indian. She's an Alaskan.
Well, I can't tell the difference.
Well, yeah, you can.
Nice. It's a 13-inch TV set. I can't tell what the hell's going on. I look like an Indian. I'm surprised she's not wearing papoose. Big breasted kid of hers hanging out the front of it. With another papoose on the front of that.
All right. Too far, Don.
I thought he'd lost his mind when I just thought this was insane. Then I turned on my wife last night when she started in, she was about 5 minutes in. I said, this is over. Well, she's just blowing the doors off. It doesn't make any difference what she says. It's irrelevant. The enormous pressure and these idiotic assessments made by friends of mine, like Maureen Dowd and all these other people. They ought to be put in jail. I mean, the pressure that this woman was under, and to walk out there was like she was tranquilized. I mean, she was unbelievable.
This was just over a presentation.
But
it doesn't. I don't know anything about you or your history. According to Trey, I should. Well, yeah. But the news media has continually said, up until last Friday, nobody knew who she was. So I ain't by myself on this one.
Absolutely not. Unless you follow politics, which I'm definitely in the minority on.
Why would I follow Alaskan politics?
The only reason...
Well, he's not an Eskimo.
What? Eskimo. He's not an Eskimo.
She's from Alaska. That's all the things.
That's not only...
Alaska is just Eskimo.
No,
Eskimo's going to run a country.
It's not just Eskimos in Alaska. She's not an Eskimo.
Is she going to help with global warming? Build one of those great big igloos?
Jesus, no. Stop with that.
I mean, she's hot.
Yes, she is hot, Don. Yes, very nice. You're right.
Right, that's why I want to rough noses with.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to rub your nose either, the bulbous thing that it is.
Man, I like to look at that stash.
Oh, Lord.
I even said to my wife, Chinook, why don't you grow one like that?
Your wife's name is Chinook.
Huh?
1-0.
Yeah.
She's Chinook.
She's Indian.
Oh, didn't know you were married to an Indian. Then you should know the difference between Indian and I almost said Eskimo.
Man, that's the one pie I'd like to get in the middle of.
Oh, dear God. Stop it. Klondike.
Yeah, it's a Klondike bar. And don't ask me what I do for one.
I don't want to know.
All right, we got to go. It's after 7. You ready now?
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right. For more information on the Russ Martin Show, including pictures, videos, Klondike bars, and more, just go to russmartin.com. To answer any questions you may have about the show, go to russmartin.info. To email the show and during the show only, send that to studio@russmartin.com. Other show websites, johndavidryan.com, danO'Malley.com, djclo.net.
Man, I tell you right now, that's some map here I'd like you to look at.
Don?
All right, then.
You got in trouble last time.
Well, I don't. I'm on RFD.
TradeTrendHome.com and for Chuck the Band Manager, ChuckWheat.com.
Eskimo pie.
Oh, my God.
The official caterer of the show is Sugar Babies Barbecue. Their website.
Like having an ice cream man in the White House.
SugarBabiesBBQ.com. Limo service is provided by Limo George's website, LimoGeorge.com. The official airline of the show is Southwest Airlines. Their website, Southwest.com. And the official site for Live 105.3 is Live105.3.com.
Did you get Johnny's website for the
Dallas City Animal Services.petfinder.com.
All right. See you guys Monday.
Bye.
You can now listen to the Russ Martin Show anytime you want on the web at russmartin.info. Russ.